Hello everyone and welcome to the 7th round of the 30th Abu Dhabi Chess Festival 2024 from the sunny capital of United Arab Emirates, Abu Dhabi. And today we are going to follow the games with Viorel Iordachescu, Grandmaster. How are you, Viorel?
Yeah, thank you, Maria. I'm fine as usually, especially many interesting games to follow. Today, round 7.
Yes,
And we have a big tie for the first place
we do.
with 5 out of 6. So probably, okay, it's clear that there will be the 3 decisive rounds. And the leaders are playing each other,
Yeah.
which is good. So what about how was the tournament night? The previous night, the night before, the online tournament.
Yes, so yesterday night we had an amazing online tournament with more than 300 players. And guess who won the tournament?
Well, I hope you won.
Well, I was not playing, obviously, but Hikaru Nakamura won the tournament.
All right.
And
So it was an online tournament, and probably no big surprise that he won the tournament.
Yeah.
Is usually he wins all the tournament, all the online events.
we had the playoff, and in the final match, it was a match between Andrei Dmitri and Hikaru Nakamura. The main match ended 1-1. And then in the Armageddon, Hikaru Nakamura managed to win with the black pieces the game, and he won the whole tournament, which is awesome.
Yeah, and one more event. It was a ladies tournament this
Yes.
morning, this afternoon,
It was.
and I hope you won that one too. No?
No,
How's-
unfortunately, I did not win the tournament. I only had to come up with the third place. But I was very close, I have to mention it. And then I shared from the second place to fourth place. And I ended up in the third place with a tie break. But yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I guess I have to be happy about my result because a lot of things were happening in Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. And I added one more tournament in my schedule, which I think was not easy.
Yeah,
So-
of course. I mean, being commentator, preparing kids, playing, and yeah, a lot of events.
A lot
So
of events. By the way, right now we have torchlight celebration at Marina Mall for the FIDE 100 years celebration. And by the way, for our viewers, I would like to mention that later we are going to have a very special guest at the studio.
I thought I am.
You are. We have one more today.
Okay, good.
Can you guess who is going to be here?
Well, probably one of the greatest chess player of all times.
You're very close.
Okay. Um, hmm. World champion? Is he a world champion or he was a
He
world
was a 5-time world champion,
Five
but it's
times-
not Magnus Carlsen.
But not Magnus Carlsen. So who else? Well, not so many, yeah? I think I know the answer, but let's keep it as a secret.
Let's
So-
keep it as a secret.
So 5 times world champion will be in our studio. So follow the tournament, follow us, and soon you will have the biggest surprise of the day and maybe also of the
Exactly, yes.
tournament. So he will join our live coverage, maybe sharing some secrets, some preparation, some interesting variations. Why
We
not?
hope so. And if someone has an interesting question for our special guest, can ask in our YouTube chat, and we can send the questions to him also. So, okay, one more time. What is happening in our tournament? So before round 7, we have 7 grandmasters. All of them are grandmasters sharing from the first place to the 7th place, and all of them have 5 points out of 6 games. And I mean, everything can happen. The tournament can go in every direction, and the last 3 rounds are usually, we
Yeah,
can
the-
say that the most important
Yeah,
part of
and
the
probably
tournament.
will decide the winner, of course. So yeah, let's go to the games. So
Let's go to the games. And on the first board, we have David Paravian against Nodirbek Yakuboev. We're still
so
in
far,
the
good
opening.
tournament for David. He won the game. He saved the game. I wanted to say, but he won the game
No,
with
he actually
piece
won the game, yeah.
with piece down against Amin Tabatabai, the top seeds of the tournament. And now he's playing with white pieces against Nodirbek Yakuboev from Uzbekistan. So probably it will be as usually an interesting game. Especially again, we have Sicilian opening.
We do. No, we don't
Oh,
have
sorry.
Sicilian.
Yeah.
We have
So it was a Sicilian yesterday. So
we have Italian opening,
right.
and a4, a5, and
Ah,
castle.
probably white was hoping that black will castle or play h6
Yes,
and then there'll be a game over.
because white is simply trapping the bishop.
Yeah. Do you think it was David's hope to
I don't think that this is happening on these levels with the 1.5 hour on the clock, but
yeah,
but never say never. Everything is
Exactly,
possible.
exactly.
Everything can happen.
there is
And
always a small hope, yeah.
there is.
Okay, so castle and black is thinking, so we have like a normal position from Jacobiano, a4, a5. Nowadays this is a main line, so black prefers to play a5 instead of a6. Yeah, so some years ago it would be like a strange move, but nowadays looks like the space or fighting for the space is much more important than to have the square b5 covered.
Exactly.
So this is the concept of modern chess, of modern approach to this variation.
Exactly.
So black is
A5.
thinking, yeah,
I got actually a5 in my games today many times.
right. You as white pieces, yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Okay, good. Yeah. So I was, I was a Italian player for many years since everybody started to play Italian. So like at the high level, and then I switched to Spanish. I said, okay. I don't want to play the same opening as everyone, but okay, probably, of course. I mean, that at the normal level, at the good level, you should play both. You should know how to play both. I mean, Spanish and Italian.
Exactly, yes.
So what else do we have? Board 2?
We have on the board 2 playing Volodar Murzin against Raunak
Sadwani, yeah.
Yes. And we have
Catalan. Yeah, this Catalan defense is very...
a lot of
Yeah,
games played
yeah,
in
yeah,
Catalan
yeah.
in this tournament, and Bishop b4 was played.
Mm-hmm.
Bishop d2, Bishop e7, Bishop g2. Well, we were talking about, by the way, this idea, Bishop b4, forcing white to put the bishop on d2 and then taking the bishop back. And castle, c6, queen c2.
Yeah, solid opening for black.
Knight d7 was played.
And bishop to f4, inviting
to
to
f4.
repetition.
Yeah.
Knight h5, bishop d2, knight f6. No.
But it did not happen.
Yeah.
Raunak wants to win. Looks like he's in a good mood for a fight. b6, knight d2, and
Here,
is he
yeah,
in a good-
no,
okay,
because
is he-
here actually white can't retreat the bishop to d2, and bishop to e3 looks a little bit well, unless they are playing this move.
Yeah.
They are playing bishop to e3, but what about e3? Is this a piece sacrifice, Maria?
e3, g5 is possible.
Yes.
Okay.
Talking about
let's
trapping
see.
bishop in the opening, yeah, from Italian to Catalan.
We
So-
didn't get it in this position, but I'm sure white has a move here. Maybe
Okay,
g4 is...
nah, g4 is, I
first
think, just
losing
taking on
the
d5. Taking on d5,
Yeah.
and if bishop, pawn takes bishop, no, this one I'll have bishop, and taking on c6,
Okay, with the pawn, I guess.
probably with the pawn, yeah,
Knight moves.
and taking the third pawn, like g takes,
Uh-huh.
g takes f4, and 3 pawns,
Yeah.
plus square e5 for the knight, pawn on c6 is just so strong, yeah.
It is.
And then we can use the h file, by the way, like king h1, rook g1, knight e5, bishop f3. All the pieces, are just coming into play.
True.
Yeah. So So of course this is not a blunder. This is a piece sacrificed, probably prepared at home.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not easy to.
Black refused it and simply captured the bishop with a knight.
All right.
ef4 on the
EF4
board and
this time, yeah.
g6, most likely with the plan to transfer the bishop to g7 square.
Yeah, and we have actually this very similar structure we had in the game of Salem in round. Well, it was yesterday, or no, it was before yesterday, when he had the plan with the knight f4,
Yes.
f5 as black, and knight f6, knight e5, and then later on h4, h5. So we
Exactly,
just
yeah.
reverse colors.
Yeah, it looks like the same. So there is a
White-
chance we will see h4,
Yeah,
h5
yeah.
coming at some point.
Exactly. And knight to e5 to undouble the pawns. Yeah, so
But we can say that both of the players are basically playing pretty fast. So, yeah, everything can still happen. Shall we go to the board number 3?
Yeah.
And here we have Pranav against Shamsidin Vohidov. And knight f3, e6, d4, takes, knight c6. Okay, we have
okay.
Sicilian.
Many transposition. I mean, yeah, it's transposition to many variation, many different lines here. So the next couple of moves are very important. So here white can play bishop b5. Then it can be Sveshnikov. No, I mean after knight f6.
Knight f6.
Yeah, if white play or knight c6 and e5. So yeah, many.
Bishop b5 is a possibility.
Here, I thought knight b5.
Knight db5.
Knight db5. I mean somehow forcing the move d6,
d6,
and then bishop f4 and that'll be the
forcing e5.
Yeah, Sveshnikov bishop g5 and so also white can bishop e2.
Bishop e2 was played.
Very inviting for bishop b4.
Okay, bishop b4 was not played.
Not.
C7
Yeah.
was
Okay.
played. Bishop e3. Okay, is there bishop b4 now? Bishop
Well,
e7
then
was
no. Then knight b5 comes with tempo, and it's not really the
case.
the case. Yeah. So how did black play here after bishop e3? Okay, there are many. a6 basically. Black should bishop e7.
Bishop
Yeah.
e7, f4, aggressive.
And d6 here. Yeah,
and
probably.
d6 was played. Castle.
Yeah.
Okay.
So from all
Queen d2
the
was also looking
queen
interesting.
d2 with castle long. Yeah, exactly. This is the also another direction. So so we have the classical Scheveningen variation.
Yep.
I mean castle. And how did black play after castle?
After
Probably-
castle, black did not play yet.
Okay, black is thinking.
Black is taking his time.
Yes, so yeah, we have Scheveningen, yeah, a6 or castle, and then white plays different plans with a4,
Castle
with king
was
h1.
played.
Yeah, and king h1 probably, a6, a4, and so on. So the games Karpov-Kasparov. Yeah, let's mention once again the super idea of this tournament. At least,
F4, rook f3, rook
at least
g3.
here in our studio, because and he did play king h1.
He did.
Yeah, and so black is probably answering with a6, a4, and we have the classical Scheveningen, which nowadays actually it's a very rare guest.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see this happening for a while.
After let's say 80s and 90s when it was so many games played. I mean, by Kasparov as white, as black too, and he won actually the most decisive game of his life. Beating Karpov in the 24th game of their match in 1985. So, and exactly same position, same opening. So,
Knight d4 was played.
knight takes d4 and e5. Yeah, actually, knight takes d4 and e5, bishop e3, b6. This is modern approach, or I think they are starting, or not, this, bishop e3 and b6. This is another way of another concept of playing this, not with a6, b5, which we are used to see, but with b6. I think this was played, I don't know if that it was played by Grandmaster Rublevsky, so this approach. So black is ignoring the threat of knight b5, trying to develop the bishop to the right diagonal of b7.
Yeah.
Because there you don't have really time to, you have to play bishop d7 first, then provoking g4, then bishop goes back to c8, as Kasparov played. So so b6, this is the concept.
So
This is the
bishop
concept.
d3 is the main move here.
d3 or f3,
f3.
and maybe a4 later on. So it's a more, I'd say, positional. But can white play g4? Or looks too risky,
For now, because bishop b7 maybe.
And bishop f3.
Okay, oops.
And bishop
Hold on.
f3.
Bishop f3.
And now should be a counter-attack in the center, because if let's imagine I'll play g5 and f5, and if you let me to push all the pawns there, then probably white can get something.
They can, but is there a move like d5?
Exactly. This is critical. This is critical move. This is critical
Keeps
move.
losing from me.
Yes, this is critical move, and this is probably the right moment to do this. Because if white takes on d5, then black takes on f4. And if white takes on e5, black takes knight e4. If g5, knight takes e4, So this is exactly when you start to play on the king side. Yeah, the right way is to counter attack in the center.
Exactly, yeah.
So this
D5 looks very nice.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, meanwhile in the game, bishop d4 was not played and queen d4 was played.
Yeah,
Is there e5 now? Is
and
the
queen
same
goes to
idea?
g3. This is
And-
the point.
uh-huh.
This is the point. And if black takes on f4, bishop takes and queen goes right away to g6, to g3, sorry.
Yeah,
Uh,
not the rook this time.
No, this time queen, and then rook d1 and bishop h6 is also a threat after queen g3.
Looks pretty nice.
Yeah, this is the
b6 was played
b6. This is the way.
without e5.
Yes, and here, if I'm not mistaken, white can sacrifice a pawn by playing knight b5.
Knight b5.
And
okay.
taking on c2, I would not really recommend it.
Is this a poisoned pawn or not really?
Well, kind of. Bishop d3
Queen c6.
and rook to c1,
Hmm.
and then the rook lands to c7 or knight to c7 or something there. Yeah, actually this is still theoretical. So knight b5, black plays queen to b8. Yeah, this
So
is
queen c2.
yeah. Now I remember. So
Why the evaluation bar actually likes this for black? This is my
Really?
question. Yeah.
well,
Isn't it a bit weird? Maybe just queen d7, rook c7, and queen d8.
yeah, it's really difficult to fight against evaluations bar. Yeah,
Yes.
and
Maybe the pawn is not as poisoned as it seems, but now white can simply just
yeah,
take
but
the pawn back.
this is not the scenario I wanted to have. 1 minute then. After queen takes c2, can white play something more?
To trap the queen, right?
Trap the
But
queen.
e4 is hanging right
Yeah,
now.
e4 is hanging. So no, and bishop on e2 hangs. So it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
no time to. Yeah. So
Maybe
then
bishop f3.
then what? No, it's okay. Black can play e5 here maybe, and takes.
Takes. Can I take with the queen?
Right.
Now the bishop is hanging. Rook c1 is always a threat.
No, then not e5. Then not e5. Can black just play a move like queen c6
a4 is possible or, no?
or even e5? I don't know.
e5
Wow, e5.
looks risky. I like
Yeah,
a4 to be
you like
honest.
a4,
but
yeah?
maybe
And queen d7. I mean the same. I want
queen
same
d7 now e5
knight d5.
because okay. Can I?
I'll just.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give the pawn back and somehow I don't know.
Yeah. This looks
So
not
bishop
that easy.
f3. Yeah, bishop f3.
So I cannot trap the queen. Can I just take knight d6 or rook d8?
What about bishop on e2?
I forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
I like forgetting about the bishop.
Yeah, bishop is a strong. No, okay. Queen takes c2. Yeah, probably this is the. But as I know, black plays queen to b8 for some reason.
So
Knight b5, queen b8, c4, and we have a hedgehog type of position. So a6, knight c3,
and
or bishop b7, knight c3, and
but then the rook is on a8.
yeah, but
there
it's
shall be
like
some
temporary there.
transformation.
Yeah, and just bishop b7 or a6, rook a7. No, pawn b6 hangs. So it's not that easy. Yeah. Okay, so white took with the queen, and black is still thinking. Yeah, probably.
Black is still thinking after. No, black played b6, and now white is
white
thinking.
white is
Yeah.
thinking. Yeah. White is thinking.
So this is our board 3, Pranav against Shamsidin Vohidov, and we have one more player with 5 points on the board 4, Leon-Luc Mendonca.
Plays with Sindarov.
He's playing against Sindarov, and c4, knight f6, okay.
English
We
opening.
have English opening for knights. g3, d5
Yeah.
takes.
Oh yeah, this
Takes.
bishop c5 again. This modern approach. So yeah, just for our viewers, Maria, can white takes knight e5 here?
Knight d5.
Knight e5.
Knight e5.
Yeah, I just want to take the pawn. So knight c3, knight c6, knight d1, knight d8.
Something has to be
Knight,
going on with
something.
f2 pawn.
Oh, correct. So
So maybe just knight c3, and if knight c6,
right.
queen f6.
Oopsie.
And now the queen and f2 pawn are hanging at the same time.
Uh-huh.
And even if you move the queen, there is a checkmate coming.
Still checkmate. Okay, so I'll try to improve my line, and instead of knight c6, bishop takes c6.
Okay.
And
I have to capture.
yeah, and I'm just I'll take bc3, and I'm pawn up and happy.
Pawn.
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 Yeah, it's a pawn. So what do you do here,
We
Maria?
like extra pawns.
Yes. Queen d5, knight f3, and bishop h3, yeah.
And bishop h3.
And yeah, the king became red.
That
Yeah.
was a very interesting expression, of course.
Yeah, red of yeah, of probably the king is very ashamed of his position on e1, yeah. Instead of castling, instead of yeah, now the king is a little bit just under fire. Rook castle, rook e8, rook d8, queen takes f3, everything is there. Yeah, so yeah, so probably knight takes e5 is not really.
It's not really the best of the best.
Yeah, so white probably made castle or d3, yeah.
Castle, castle, d3 and h6, and this is the current position.
Once again, knight takes e5. Let's make it work here.
Let's try. If knight c3, now knight c6, queen f6, f2 pawn is no longer hanging.
Correct?
Okay, but do I have to go for this? I have simply knight e7, but then it's a pawn, as you said. So knight c3 seems to be...
Yeah.
We have to play. Knight c6. Is there a knight d1 kind of move?
Well,
And
taking the
then
queen
knight
is
f2.
always looks interesting to
And
take a
then
queen.
knight f2. This looked pretty interesting.
And if I
to
do
me.
the same, knight takes b7.
Knight takes b7.
Well, I can take on f7, obviously, but trying to.
Well,
And you have
I'm
this
trying to make this work. It's not working. I have... Okay.
draw, yeah? Perpetual check is
Knight h3,
always.
king h1, knight f2 looks the safest way, and everybody goes home with the happy faces, I guess.
Yeah. Probably black can, of course, get more, something more like bishop b7, rook b8,
Yep.
followed by knight x d3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably black can continue to play this position. Let's say bishop takes b7. If you are not happy with draw, you can continue to play knight d3 or
rook b8
rook
first.
b8 first, yeah.
Bishop moves. Let's say bishop goes
g2.
back.
Again, draw maybe is an option,
Can I-
but
can I
now,
grab a pawn,
Correct.
and then when you play like e3,
oops, e3, knight takes c1, and
takes
it's
c1.
more than a
so
pawn.
king h1 has to be played, and now I might be grabbing another pawn.
Or maybe just to play knight f2 check to
Just to give a hope to white that
Yeah,
we're going to
exactly.
repeat again.
yeah, and then black can think to take the pawn on b2, and
Yes.
black will be a pawn up.
True, true.
So yeah, just knight f2, just okay, maybe to get extra 30 seconds. I don't know.
if needed,
Yeah,
if they get to this position. But in the current position, we have bishop d2 played, so no one captured knight e5.
yeah,
No one went for a position where they need to calculate. Bishop d2.
yeah. Preparing the move rook c1. This semi-open file. Sacrifice on c6. Botvinnik Botvinnik Portish. I think the game. So where white sacrificed the exchange on c6 and this English opening.
Yeah.
So bishop to d2. Okay, it's a popular position. I think Magnus won a game against Giri.
This position.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Can
Giri
be,
is always a victim playing with Magnus, but I think this was one of the position.
Do you know how much is their score?
Well,
just wondering.
I think that Giri won too,
Uh-huh.
And
I can
the
check it
rest,
very fast.
okay, many draws. I think no, actually, the score is not that bad for Giri.
It's not.
No, no, no,
I
it's
bet
not.
they had a lot of
Yeah,
draws.
yeah, a lot of draws and maybe like 2-2 or 3-3 or 3-2 for Magnus. So it's no, it's
Well,
it's
yeah,
tough.
I don't see the actual score between them two, but yeah, you never know.
So knight f6 back, yeah. Black just moved the knight away from the center. No more knight e5 to
Rook
calculate.
C1 now.
Rook c1, of course. Of course, rook c1, bishop b6, and white can play a3 b4 or knight a4,
Yeah.
or I don't know what else. So many plans are possible here in this position. Usually a3 b4, yeah. So this is, we have actually kind of a dragon reversed. Yeah, dragon reversed, and it's a playable position.
It is. It looks pretty playable, and
Yeah.
well, we're going to have a very, very long fight for the leadership in this round. What is your expectation? Like, do you see many draws, or you feel like one of the boards, or more than one of the boards, is going to manage to take the lead?
Well, it's hard to predict because everyone is playing good because they are leaders, and I don't know. I mean, of course, the draw. I mean, is more. The biggest probability, yeah, the games will finish in a draw. It's clear, and because of course they don't take so much risk. They will not take so much risk. This is what my opinion. Because okay, 2 more rounds, and if you lose a game, then probably you are out of the race for the first prize. By the way, what is the tie in case of the same points? Do you know? Will they play a match, or how will they decide the who takes the biggest?
I don't remember, but I think we can check it pretty soon.
Yeah, so 30,000 for the winner.
I think there shall be a tiebreak, right?
I mean, the tiebreak match. Yeah, that will be nice, of course, to have a let's say an Armageddon match.
Yeah.
It will be very spectacular.
Another Armageddon, right?
Another Armageddon, yeah, why not?
But usually it shall be 2 games or something, and then get to Armageddon, I guess.
So 2 blitz games, and in case of a draw, I mean, in case of equal match, then decisive game. Yeah. This is in the spirit of, let's say, of the decisive match, decisive game.
What if more than 2 players are having a tie?
Then probably a tournament. Yeah, they will play.
Well, I'm not sure. We will check it soon, but wow, yeah, interesting question, by the way.
Yeah, okay. I think it's too early to speak about. I mean, to discuss this. But yeah, so I mean, in the last round, in the last day, it will be very important.
It will.
It will be very important.
Last year, everything was decided in the last round, and we didn't have a tie. So yeah.
And by the way, who was the winner of last year?
Fedoshev.
Fedoshev. Okay.
He was the winner of the 29th Abu Dhabi Chess Festival.
Yeah.
But this year, I think the whole prize fund is doubled.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, it's really amazing.
And
it's
one
really
more time for our viewers, the winner of this tournament is actually going home with $30,000. So yeah, there's going to be a big fight, but of course most of them are not going to take a lot of risks. And shall we move to our local players and see
but not that far, because Salim is playing on board 8.
Yes, I can see it. I was checking, and besides the fact that he did a few draws in the first few rounds,
right,
which is possible, but I guess everyone were expecting him to win more in the open beginning, but suddenly he warmed up, and we can see him winning a game after another one. And today he's playing against Igor Sumanenkov from Ukraine.
Yeah, they recently played each other in Bill tournament, in Bill close tournament.
Yes.
And it was not only in classic, also rapid, blitz, Fischer random. So they played, I think,
a lot of games.
A lot of games. So.
And what was the score? Who was leading?
Well, Salim won the tournament.
Yeah.
But I don't know exactly what was the score between between Salim and Ihor. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think Salim won most
Yeah.
of the games, but I don't know exactly the score.
I see, I see. So d4 was played, knight f6, knight f3, g6, g3.
Mm-hmm.
We have
King's Indian
King's
with
Indian.
yeah, good. So we have here the tiebreak system, and no additional
There will
no
not
additional
be
games. Yeah. So Buchholz cut 1, Buchholz cut 2, then Sonneberger and
rating average
rating
of the
average.
opponents. And yeah, okay.
So it's yeah. So the winner will be decided by tiebreak. I mean by Buchholz.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
good.
Well, I mean, by the way, sometimes we're complaining, right? For example, me today. I was like, I took the third place,
Yeah.
couldn't. But it means somewhere in the tournament, I did worse than the other player because eventually these tiebreak results are showing that at some point, something, at some small place, maybe the opponent did better than
Yeah,
you, or the
yeah.
opposite, you did better than the opponent. So, what do you think?
Well, what can I say? So yeah, but no time for let's say additional games for to decide the places. So in this case, I don't know what is the perfect let's say scenario to decide the places. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
So yeah, it's not easy to find a perfect or a perfect solution here. So yeah, back to Salem.
Back to Salem. Castle was played. D6. I have another question,
Yeah.
if you don't mind asking.
No.
Like,
No.
I'm pretty sure you had painful and happy moments with the tiebreak. Can you remember something about
Yeah.
this?
The happiest, yeah, I think I know. It was in the European Championship where I shared from 4th to 20, I don't know, something. And
Can
I
have-
got the 5th or 6th place, and which was very important because it was qualification
Yeah.
for World Championship, World Cup, and also for
Yeah.
prize money, and also it was about everything. And also, of course, I won many open tournaments by tiebreak. I mean, many tournaments I know, and probably some bad moments too.
But all in all, I have a feeling that you count yourself as a lucky person with the tie breaks.
Yes, probably yes. As I
Yeah.
know, yeah. So yeah, okay. In many actually open tournaments, I was sharing first and third by tiebreak.
Okay.
It's it's
Welcome to the club.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
So, but I have a feeling that you're more lucky than.
okay, I don't know. Yeah, okay, I don't know really. I don't know. I didn't count the statistics, but you know that we memorize only the good
Yes,
moments.
yes,
Yeah.
That's
So
how it shall be.
exactly. So maybe the bad one we just forget.
Even the bad ones sometimes become a good ones, by the way.
Yeah.
Because later you look at it at some point, you're like, yeah, like, and then you look at it and you're like, it wasn't that bad. Like, everything was
Yeah.
fine. So, yeah, so you expect that we're going to have a tiebreak in this tournament?
Well, most probably. I mean, yeah. And I think that the winner will score 7.5 points.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, if in case of 7.5, then it will be only one. If 7, then many.
Mm-hmm.
Then many. Let's say 2, 3, 4.
So your expectation is that someone is going to win 2 games and then
and-
make a
and
draw,
Make a draw.
or win, draw, win.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, something like this.
Mhm.
So, yeah, Salem is taking risk, by the way, because he plays King's Indian, which is
But he needs to win to catch up with the leaders,
right.
more or less.
Yeah, so which is
E5, okay.
not a good reputation nowadays. I mean, at the high level.
Mm-hmm. D8, B3, takes, knight D4, knight C5, should be 2. Okay.
And C6, yeah.
C6.
This is the precise move, not A5,
Mm-hmm.
because after A5, white plays knight D to B5,
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll be not so easy to play C6.
Shall we go back to show?
Yeah, I mean, if
A5?
white starts with black starts with A5, then knight D to B5,
A very
and then
nice
it's not that
square
easy. Yeah.
for the knight.
Yeah. So C6.
Yeah.
And white Why did?
Is black going to face problems with this pawn?
Well, this is the usual problem in the system, but I mean, in exchange, black is very active on the queen side, like playing a5, a4, queen b6, jumping with to e4 square, h5, h4. I mean d5. There are so many resources here for black. I mean, we are. I mean, starting from Bronstein, this famous game, rook takes a1, the bishop on a1. Okay, it's yeah. So queen c2,
Queen
a5.
c2, rook is coming to d1, queen b6, bishop
And
a3.
Yeah, bishop a3 is a prophylactic against a4. This is what I think, because yeah,
You want to play b4 after
or
a4?
or maybe just bishop takes bishop takes c5. Yeah, maybe just b4. Yeah, b4 and then c5 or b5, and the bishop is very good on a3.
Okay, this is the current position. Let's understand where shall black try to build his game.
Yeah, so let's say comparing with the position where white played already the move e4. So there is no weakness on e4. Yeah, there is no target for the knights and rook.
Yeah.
So well, now it's not easy for black to find targets, because a4 is not anymore an idea. Attacking the pawn on e4 same. So what black can do? Maybe knight a6, knight b4, but then d6 hangs. I was trying to reroute the knight to b4, maybe, I don't know. Or knight to d7.
Knight to d7 with
Yeah.
the f knight, right?
Yeah, knight f to d7, yeah, and then trying to play it to go to a5, to e5, or maybe to a5, to e5, or maybe to b8, a6, b4, or probably this is too
You
long.
want to do a worldwide trip for the knight?
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Is there some moves like h5?
Yeah, always. H5 is always an idea. Trying to provoke, or maybe if white plays the move g4, then black can sacrifice the bishop, the knight on g4.
Yeah.
Yeah. So bishop d7 always is possible, bringing the rook to d8, and then bishop goes back to c8 to have the harmony. Yeah, the rooks are connected.
We call this for my students. I call it the TV concept.
TV concept.
Yes. So basically, the idea is that the bishop wants to watch a TV. And the knight is like, yeah, but I'm doing a work, right? I'm controlling some central squares. And the bishop is like, yeah, but I want to watch my TV. And eventually they find mutual ground. The knight moves, goes to some other square where it can do work, so that the bishop can watch its TV, you know.
Good. Interesting idea. I never heard about this idea. Okay. So TV concept,
concept.
Okay, good. TV concept, yeah. So knight d7 is following this concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, knight d7, bishop d7, h5. Yeah, queen c7 back, by the way. But okay, this is not really. What else? Knight to h5? No, I don't believe. So h5 maybe. h5 followed by the way by knight h7.
h5 is good, right?
Yeah, followed by knight h7, maybe knight g5. And trying to put some pressure on h3 pawn and attacking the knight.
Looks interesting, but I feel like we're going to have a pretty aggressive fight soon on this board, because both of them need a win to catch up with the leaders, and draw is not helping much, because then it kind of puts them in the kind of must-win situation at some point.
Yeah, exactly. So so Salem is thinking, he's taking his time.
Yep.
And
shall we move to
Amran's game?
Amran's game.
Yeah, he won yesterday.
He did.
He won yesterday. He defeated an opponent with higher rating. So he plays with black pieces, another Sicilian, and this time we have the Najdorf. I would say no, it wasn't Najdorf.
No,
it wasn't Najdorf.
We have okay, a3. Yes, this a3 is pretty
Yeah.
Fashionable nowadays.
So black can play with d6, with d5.
Yes, yes.
So black is deciding what kind of structure to play here. I mean d6, yeah.
D6, bishop e3, and bishop e7. Okay. I feel like hedgehog is on the way.
Well, not really, because the knight is on c3
Yeah, okay,
and pawn is on
castles,
and
yeah.
castle's long. Yeah, so we'll have a
Yeah. E5.
yeah. This is a good move. This is a good move.
Knight b3.
And bishop to e6 because
A6.
a6. Okay.
Okay, can white use b6 square right away or not really?
Probably not. White should concentrate on the king side, trying to play with g4. So first prophylactic, and then
b5.
yeah, and white probably should play here rook g1, g4, g5, or f3.
And also for black has to try to break through on the queen side. So opposite-sided castles we have, and I expect to see some attacking game in this game too.
And once again, look at the time difference. So white thought already for half an hour, and probably Omran is still on his opening preparation. So coach, good job.
Well done.
I mean, for Adam, yeah, he's doing good job. I mean, Omran's preparation is just excellent this tournament.
Yeah, this tournament is just. I mean, every round his preparation is going very well.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. I hope he's gonna get more points in this tournament. By the way, Omran just finished army, which is big now. So now he's a free man.
Yeah.
Who can play a lot of chess tournaments. And obviously it's not easy to come to such strong tournament right after you finish the army without proper training for a while. But he's doing pretty good, and it's very, very nice to see this.
Okay, good.
Shall we move to Roda?
Yes, of course. Of course.
So Roda drew yesterday.
Yes, she did.
And she was upset, and she was telling me that she was actually winning. I didn't see the last part of the game, but I know that she was complaining, and she was saying that I was winning. But she's playing very good in this tournament, we have to say this. And by the way, someone in the chat yesterday was asking how the less rated players are allowed in the Masters tournament. Well, Roda was a world champion under 8, and she's the best female chess player of United Arab Emirates, and of course she is pride of Abu Dhabi Chess Club, so it's pretty normal that if she wants to play in the Abu Dhabi Masters tournament, she has to play it, right?
Of course.
Someone was asking in the chat yesterday, I don't know if they are still following the video or no. So there is your answer, and Roda's game.
Yeah.
She is playing with the white pieces against Jinan Jomon, or Hinan Homon. I don't know how to pronounce it right, but
yeah, we have same bishop b5
bishop
as 2 rounds before. I think she played the same bishop b5 check.
Bishop knight d7, castle, a6, bishop d7, bishop d3.
No, but she did play already. Yeah. So the same concept, the same preparation, and it was d4. Yeah. Actually, the opponent took with the queen in the game.
Right.
A couple of days ago.
Yes.
Opponent took with the queen, and after d4 takes, and then e5. Yeah, this was the queen takes d4, e5, queen d3, queen c6, trying to regroup, trying to bring the bishop to c6 to play b5. It was interesting. But probably Roda was, she made some conclusions. Not only Roda, but coach mainly, on that game. So she came prepared.
She's ready for both moves. I feel like bishop d7 is the move that you check, and you don't expect queen d7 much. But I'm pretty sure the queen d7 was checked after the game. So d4 takes, queen takes, knight f6. Yeah. Bishop g5 was played, e6. Rook d1.
Yeah, flexible way of playing, because white is trying to get an advantage. So sometimes white plays with knight on c3, sometimes c4 first, and then knight to c3, having the Maroczy structure, Maroczy pawns like c4, e4, and trying to take the center, take the control of the center.
Bishop c6 and knight c3. Okay, she decided not to play c4.
Yeah, because probably here black is well prepared for this setup. By the way, I think c4 is possible move.
Yeah, just
Possible.
to stop like
Okay, knight c3.
knight c3, bishop e7. And this is our current position. Well,
This is our current position, and I'm.
and Rhoda actually thought she spent 30 minutes for 10 moves,
Right?
which is like, okay, let's say if you prepared like 6 moves, then on 3 moves, 30 minutes is kind of a lot.
Yeah, no, black didn't play any, let's say, any difficult.
new, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just normal development. Bishop c6, bishop e7, nothing special. So a4,
A4 was played,
preventing the move e5 and b5, and actually white is waiting for the castle. And in case of castle, white probably takes bishop f6. And now you have to decide with black. No, here you can take with the bishop.
Yeah, bishop takes.
Because pawn hangs on e4.
Yeah, eventually bishop c3 and
All right,
bishop
no,
e4.
here pawn hangs. Yeah, so then black, of course, can black castle. Of course, black can castle.
A4.
So, yeah, nothing wrong with castle. Nothing wrong with castle. And what is white's plan there?
Okay,
Yeah.
let's say castle. The first move that comes to the mind. Maybe just to play a5, fix the pawn structure on the queen side.
Taking some space.
Yes.
Yeah, and then h6, bishop h4, queen c7, and we have something.
Is there bishop g3?
Oh yeah, always,
Yeah.
always. So black can now think to play e5 or maybe rook d8.
Well, if you play e5, sooner or later, I'm going to transfer the knight to
Yeah.
f5. And if you don't decide to play e5, rook d8, let's say, is going to be played.
Yeah, rook to d8 is much stronger,
better than
much
e5,
better,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't like ruining my pawn structures, especially when they are controlling some important squares on the
Yeah.
board, protecting especially from the opponent's knight jumping into those squares.
So yeah, so e5 for white probably no, this is too much.
Castle was played, by the way.
Castle was played, yeah, it's an
Bishop f6 doesn't work.
maybe it's something like queen to e3,
With the idea of e5.
one idea, and then just to free the square for the knight, knight d4, and yeah, and then why not knight d4 on move before on move, I don't know, 7.
Looks interesting.
I don't know. No, okay, I'm just so knight g4, no, probably not, and
Knight g4, queen f4, right?
yeah, queen f4, just simply. No, queen c7, and just the game is just and if white decides to play e5, then take,
Yep.
knight takes, and well, yeah, so it's a position, it's I mean probably white should
White shall try to put some pressure, but it's not easy for now, especially the fact that the pawn is on d6. Maybe at some point in the game it's going to be used, but not right now and not in a concrete way. Do you see something concrete or?
yeah, I'm trying to to change some pieces here, surprisingly, by still playing e5. And if d takes e5, maybe bishop takes f3 works, but in case of d takes e5, knight takes e5 simply. And I'm just trying to take the bishop,
Yes.
no more bishop's pair advantage, and I'm controlling the file, the d file, but I'm a little bit worried about if e5 bishop takes f3.
e5 there is always bishop f3, ruining the white's pawn structure.
Yeah, and no
But is
intermediate.
there some tactics like
Yeah.
e5 bishop f3 take on f6?
Well, okay, let's calculate this. So take and pawn takes back,
Bishop h6 is possible.
and
now.
bishop takes d1,
Yes, rook d1 with the threat of queen g4
king h8,
checkmate.
king h8.
Can I do our idea? Bring the rook to...
Yeah, yeah, but then I have the rook g8, rook g6 maneuver, and
True.
and I'm defending.
No, tactical opportunities are not working, but wait. Evaluation bar still thinks it's equal.
Okay, bishop
Shall
takes
we-
d1.
Okay, I can simply take on f3 and go for that position, but I don't like it. So bishop h6, here I'm going to sacrifice an exchange. with the hope that, okay, queen g4 is a direct threat and there is only one way to stop this king h8.
Correct.
And now I'm trying to bring one of my pieces to g7 square, but it's not going to happen now.
You can try to bring there the knight.
I was thinking about it, but
I'm
it's
just
going to
joking.
take me a long
Yeah,
time.
and the knight is not really checkmating.
Maybe actually
Rook d3,
rook
and what
g3
about
is-
rook g8? Rook g8, rook
Rook
g6.
g8 simply stops, yeah.
I can do the same.
And if I bring the knight to e4 to put some pressure on g5.
Rook g8, rook g6, same maneuver. So
Can I... no, it doesn't work. Does not work. And what if I try to
checkmate.
rook on h7 instead of g7? Like rook d3,
Mhm. This
rook
is serious.
g8. The
Rook
evaluation bar
h3
doesn't think so.
And
but
rook g6 and
simply rook g6, yeah.
and queen h4. By the way, one
Queen
second.
h4, queen g8 simply, and yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but well, it is going to last for a while. If e5, any other opportunities for black in this position?
For white, I think, because black was fine in the line, yeah, in that variation.
Yes.
So bishop takes f3, and if pawn takes f6, pawn takes back, and what else white can try?
Let's
Here.
try to make it work for Roda. Bishop. Is there a rook d3?
Mm-hmm. But bishop h5, bishop g6, and I'm
Yeah.
okay. No, actually,
Still
I'm, yeah, bishop
pair of
h6,
bishops.
rook e8.
Bishop h6, rook e8.
If I'm down
Check,
on the
and then h4.
yeah, and
King h8.
no, king h8, h5 anyway.
Right, right. How to stop this?
I don't see it. Maybe queen a5, trying to bring the queen to h5. Yeah, queen a5.
Queen a5.
But
looks
knight
very
e4 is coming. Knight
Okay,
e4. The threat
queen
is knight.
e5. Queen
and
e5 doesn't work. Yeah,
Take,
exchange
take,
can
and yeah.
go.
And if queen h5, there is
Something- Wait, knight f6. Okay, queen h5 looks like
no
the
queen
only
queen
move.
f queen h5, queen f5. I thought, but queen f5 anyway. White can play h5. I know white cannot.
Queen h5.
Queen h5. Okay.
Even if queen f5, h5, queen h5. That's a
Yeah,
better
yeah,
way for
yeah.
black.
Exactly.
But now the bishop is hanging.
I can't take queen f6 because you just take down a bishop.
King can cheat. Queen f6, I'll just... right.
this
Interesting.
that was my idea, but of
But
course,
simply queen
no,
h6.
queen h6,
Free
yeah.
piece.
Nothing works.
Okay, not our pieces. It's okay. We can get
Rook
give them up.
g5. Oh, this is the way to stop.
After queen h5.
No, immediately here instead of knight e4. To stop the rook, to stop the
Do I
queens.
have e5?
Well,
e5.
and yeah, unpleasant. That one is just simply unpleasant.
If queen d5,
Then rook
no, the
hangs.
rook is hanging.
Yeah,
Problems. Too much problems.
too much problems.
Knight e4 looks interesting.
Yeah, knight e4 and then queen h5, and
Now
maybe
we have to find something after this. Can I simply try to bring the bishop to d2, later try...
yeah,
queen
but black
h4.
can queen h4, e5 in the let's say worse. Just in
Yeah.
the worst scenario, can play anytime e5. Yeah, so it's not that easy. It's not that easy. Looks promising for white, but honestly, I don't see the.
I don't see.
I don't see
So she played
the
h3.
decisive continuation.
Well, maybe she was like, okay.
H3
let's
probably
not go.
white wants to retreat now. Queen e3,
Yeah.
and then no knight g4, and then queen e3, knight d4, rook d2, rook d1.
She's
Positional
right.
way
She's
of
right.
continuing.
There is no need to go for these complications if her position is fine. So h3.
And probably we can move to another game.
We
because
can.
it's
Let's go to
it's a middle game position with
Ahmed's game.
yes. Ahmed
He
is
drew yesterday.
yeah, so 2 positive results, 2 from
Yes.
2. It's amazing. It's amazing from for Ahmed.
Yeah.
And here, what do we have? Okay,
Okay. Now he's
now I know that this is, you know, what, the first time it happened in Capablanca's game, this piece sacrifice. Can you imagine
Yeah.
100 years ago?
okay.
Can-
Capablanca is one of my favorite players. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, good. But this was the Steinitz variation of Ruy Lopez. And yeah, let's go to the critical position, let's say. Yeah, and the modern theory considers that it's draw, it's equal. That yes, it was a piece sacrifice c3
F5. Yeah. Takes.
takes and d4, and if
D4.
e4, then d5.
Nice.
So
And
takes.
Ahmed is not ready for this apparently. I was having a little chat with Ahmed a few days ago
Okay.
after he did the, the E5, F5.
Ah
and
yeah, yeah,
I was talking to him and I was like, yeah, I think you shouldn't do this.
yeah.
And then his game started going well, you know?
Uh-huh.
And it's like, yeah, I actually stopped
So-
doing it and it's helping.
So you're a coach and also a mentor, yeah?
Well, I'm not his coach, obviously, but I was
But
having
it-
this chat
But
with
it
him.
helped. It helped a
Yeah,
lot,
and
yeah.
today he was so excited. Actually, we played a few rounds in the morning with each other because
Wow. Okay, good.
he was preparing me for Blitz. I was preparing him for the round
By playing Blitz, okay.
by playing Blitz, yeah.
Okay.
But
so-
okay, apparently he didn't want to go for these complications, but he ended up having them in the round.
Yeah, so.
'Cause as much as I know, he did not want to have this, but he got this. Queen F3, Bishop B1,
Yeah,
and he's spending a lot of time, yeah.
this is very
B5,
well known.
nice,
And
yeah.
and Queen F6. Yeah, this is Bishop G6, sorry, yeah.
Castle.
Castle and Queen F6 here. Yeah,
Queen
this is
F6.
the modern way of playing.
Rook
It
E1
leads
was
to
played.
draw. It leads to draw.
Bishop E7.
Yeah, and
Well,
here.
now this is the position. Queen G3.
Can you check if there is a Capablanca's game here? I don't know.
I can, but I can't.
All right. So then later we'll check. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because-
I think this has to be the game. Queen G3.
Yeah. Queen G3 or Queen H3. Yeah, Queen G3.
yeah.
Preparing the move Bishop G5.
King F8 and Rook E6 or Bishop E3.
Yeah, something
like this,
Yeah. So, okay, I think in that game it was not Queen F6 played. It was a different move. Maybe
Maybe
Knight
Knight
F6,
F6,
Knight F6, Rook E1, and Bishop E7.
G5,
Yeah.
Bishop
This
E7, Rook F E1, King F8.
and Bishop E6 here, very important
and
move.
Bishop Rook E3 was played.
Rook
in the
E3,
game.
yeah. So yeah,
But if Rook F8, then Queen
Queen
H3. Okay.
yeah. I spent some, let's say, days of my life analyzing this position. I don't remember exactly what is the. Yeah, but this Queen F6 is nowadays is the computer's
Yeah.
move. Queen F6.
Well, and we can see that Iranian player Barat Yaganegi,
Mm-hmm.
he is very well prepared, to be honest, in this position. And well, King F8 was played in the game. Let me see. No, Bishop E7, and this is the position. And okay, what are the moves for white? Queen G3, Queen H3, Queen
Yeah.
H3 with the threat of Queen D7. It comes to the mind, but Queen H3, Bishop F5 is possible.
And now Queen G3.
Now
but
Queen
why
G3.
should we? No. Then Bishop
But
is
let's
just
leave the
no.
Bishop on G6.
Yeah, exactly. So Queen G3
Because there's always some ideas with
with
the
Rook E6 or Bishop E6.
So Queen G3 looks pretty
Mhm.
logical.
And can Black develop the knight to H? No, to H6 cannot, because of Bishop G5. So Bishop G5 is a threat.
Yes, Bishop G5 is on the way. And later, if I will manage to play Bishop... By the way, after Knight H6, I can also take, Rook E6, Queen moves and Rook E1.
Wow. Yeah. Yes. And as I remember, there is always A4 idea in this position. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to bring the rook to the 7th rank. So Queen
Yes.
G3, and if Black plays King F8, I think King F8 is the move.
Yeah. But one thing is clear in this position. White should never exchange the queens.
Yes. Yes.
If the exchange happens, then Black has to give up something for it.
Mhm.
Otherwise, White doesn't have the right to exchange the queens.
Yeah, correct.
So, queen has to move somewhere, and there is no much squares. And queen g3 looks to be the most logical one because black cannot exchange the queens again. Yeah, but
And white, yeah. What about the move? Yeah, and black probably king f8. King f8 should be
nothing was
played.
played. But why evaluation bar still thinks white has a better move?
Okay, probably queen to h3.
Queen to h3.
Queen
but
to
bishop
h3.
f5.
No, but this bishop f5 wasn't great. Maybe white can push g4 or no. It was a triangle. Hang on. How was the move order?
Yeah. Maybe now queen g3, bishop g5. But what's the difference?
Well,
If the
mysterious difference.
maybe because white can put a pressure on g7. I am not sure about this at all, but just an idea.
Yeah, and if king f8 now, bishop e3, yeah?
Yeah.
But I have the square g6. Square g6 with the queen. Queen g6 I can play immediately, and then knight f6, and I got kind of harmony in my development.
Correct. Very nice position. Very interesting.
Yeah, queen h3, bishop f5. I also remember something, queen h3, but what is the point of it? So maybe g4, maybe queen
h3, bishop f5,
and
g4.
yeah.
Let's go. This is his style.
Yes.
I wouldn't wonder if he actually plays this.
Yeah,
But,
especially
is there a queen g6?
yeah, queen g6 and then what? Then f3, but f3 h5.
g5.
This is a very strange scenario. Black is a piece up and attacking.
This is not what we
Then
wanted.
definitely something is wrong.
No, I think in his mind he has queen g3 most likely.
Also there is move. Oh, hang on. After bishop e7 here, maybe queen goes to d5.
Yeah. Bishop g5 is a threat
Still,
again.
bishop
yeah?
g5 is the threat, and
But
bishop
is there
f.
bishop f7, yeah.
Yeah, still we can play bishop f7. Yeah. No. This is not the way. This is not the way. Yeah. So imagine Ahmed. Yeah, he's trying to be creative, but in fact this is a theoretical position, and
Yeah.
his opponent knows the
lines. Yeah, it's not easy.
and you are trying to find
And you're
moves.
pieced down.
You are trying exactly. You are trying to find moves. You lose all your time, and yeah, they're just not in the.
It's not easy. Well,
Yeah,
I hope you will find the best way to play in this position. Shall we go to your students' games?
of course. And
Abdurrahman, yes.
Abdurrahman is playing interesting chess. Yesterday he lost, but it was a very tough game. He lost only in the time trouble, so he was a pawn up, of course with compensation for his opponent, but it wasn't that. Yeah, today he plays with
Jaimo, a woman grandmaster
from China.
from China. Okay.
And what do we have?
D4.
Nimzo again, yeah. Nimzo
Again.
b6.
No.
Yeah, and knight a4. Yeah, bad memories I have in this position. I lost to Kochno in 22 moves. To living legend Viktor Korchnoi. So here I took on d4. And
when did you play against
it was in 2000, 24 years ago in India, in Calcutta Open. And yeah, and actually that game made a very big impact on me. I lost in 22 moves. Then I thought that something is wrong with my chess, something is wrong with everything in life.
Then you realized it's Korchnoi.
Yeah, so how can I lose? How can I lose in 22 moves? I understand it was Korchnoi, but still. And probably I made the right conclusions. And after that game, I didn't lose for 53 games in a row. It was my personal best. After that,
that's
yeah, and how I lost it was like I took on d4. No, I took on d4 here, which actually happened in the game, and I played the positional mistake move d5. So
white takes with the pawn.
With the pawn, and I played d5, which is bad. And white played the move c5, b takes c5, and a3.
Bishop a5.
No, I didn't play
c5.
bishop a5 because bishop a5, knight c5.
c4.
I played c4 and bishop takes h7, followed. I took with the knight. Kochnoy took a takes to b4. And the rest, okay, I don't remember how it was the rest, but knight came to c5, knight to e5, rook a3, rook h3 and queen h5, and 70 years old Kochnoy checkmated me in 25 moves. So, and after the game, okay, in the some short analysis. Oh, young man, you don't know my game from 1953 against Dobrynin or something this from semi-final of Leningrad Championship. I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't know your game, maestro. Thank you for the lesson. Next I will try to put more resistance. So that was the
So you met
discussion.
Korchnoi in real life. You played a game against him.
I
You
did
got
play.
destroyed against him.
Yeah, actually I did play many games. Okay, not so many, maybe 3, 4, 5 games. And this was one of the game and in this position. I was just crushed, destroyed, and So okay, so let's see the game.
Yeah.
Let's see the game.
Okay, so c takes on d4 was played. Takes. Okay, no d5. Bishop e7, a3, d6.
Yeah, so black is playing hedgehog, but the difference, there is a small difference. So the pawn not is on e4, but on d4, yeah, which is, and here white should play something like, or bishop g or bishop b2, both plans are
She played a5.
She played a5 because white didn't play the right move order. So a b4 is a mistake. Cause of this, yeah. So
Because of f5.
Because of a5.
So what was the move here for white?
No, rook e1.
Rook e1, yeah.
And I think after knight d7, white should play knight c3, and for some reason d5 here is not that great, because c takes d5, knight d5, and this position is a good version of isolated pawn. Yeah, takes, and something like bishop c2, followed by queen d3, and and this is considered to be not bad for white, but also for black. No, somehow white shouldn't allow. No, okay, so maybe before wasn't bad, but why did Abdurrahman took on a5 instead of he played here b4, knight d7, rook e1, a5. Why not bishop b2?
Bishop b2
I'm trying.
takes.
And because d5 now c5.
Yeah.
And if and black is not in a good. And this usually this structure is bad. Yeah, and if black after taking b5 mad, but this is a pawn sacrifice. I don't.
Takes.
Maybe some compensation, or knight d5 and having some, let's say, compensation because of pawns, weak pawns. But no, but still it's a pawn up. It's a pawn up. I don't. Pawn, yeah, coach pawn. So then, okay, then b takes a5. I don't like this. I don't like this reaction.
Yeah, he took.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see already what is coming after the game. Takes, knight c3, rook e8. Maybe he wants to put some pressure on b6 pawn somehow.
Yeah, and maybe using the square b5 for the knight. A4, bishop a3. I don't know what is his intention.
Maybe it's not as bad as you think.
I believe black's next move is e5, d5, sorry, and then how do you? I mean, still isolated pawn, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how to prevent the move d5. Maybe something like rook b1, trying to play c5, d5 c5, but no, something is not really good for white here. I don't know. I don't really like this this idea of b takes a5. I mean, now black is active. Queen comes to a8.
Yeah.
I mean, it's queen a8 attacking f3, attacking
the rook on a5 stands very
exactly. Good. No, that's something wrong.
By the way, we see a lot actually the rooks playing in the middle of the
Yeah,
board
yeah,
in this tournament a lot, right?
yeah, especially in our analysis.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to Omar Noman's game. Omar Noman, he plays
tournament is not going so well.
with black pieces, and it was Caro-Kann. I saw it in the playing hall.
Yeah.
A super classical Caro-Kann.
Carni. Okay, so bishop f5.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, h6, knight f3, knight d7, h5, bishop d3, bishop d2. Okay, long castle.
Yeah, something like 50,000 games played.
Yes,
This
for
position.
sure. Knight e5.
One of the many possibilities. Bishop a5 here the
He
move.
didn't play bishop a5. He played c3.
Okay.
Okay, still some games were played. c5,
Mm-hmm.
king b1, bishop d6, takes, and rook e1.
Yeah, all the pieces are playing. Okay, f4.
Bishop d6.
Bishop d6 back, yeah?
Yeah.
And can white play here a move like c4? I mean, if white manages to play c4 and then b3, I mean, the knight on b6 is,
Oops.
yeah, is kind of restricted. Then I play the bishop on c3 and have this typical setup. So bc4, b3, knight, bishop c3, controlling all the squares and putting pressure on the g7 pawn. So I think, yeah, and because your king is on c8, so this, I think rook e8 was an accuracy if I, so now you cannot take the pawn on c4. So bishop e5, df e5, no. And what black can play here after c4? No, something was wrong for black. I mean, rook h to e8, I don't really like the move. What black can do here? It's unpleasant. This position is simply unpleasant. I mean, white got super version of everything. I mean, bishop a5 is also an idea. b3, bishop c3, and yeah.
White is thinking now.
Yeah, no, c4. This is the
c4, yeah.
You just play this move. Yeah. So rook e8. I think it was
So
a
what to play
mistake.
instead of rook e8?
Knight bd7. I can't play knight d7. So then what? What was?
f7 is always
Yeah. So how did he? He lost the tempo with bishop d6, bishop takes c5. He lost the tempo. He lost actually a couple of tempos.
But even though there has to be something, no?
Well. Okay, maybe just king to b8 to evacuate the king to a8. I mean, I don't know. King b8.
Bishop f4?
Bishop
Knight d5.
Knight d5, but knight c6 check.
Nice, let's just
This
show
is
it
exactly how
very
to lose the
quickly.
game. This is exactly how to lose the game. So if you play king, the move king b8. Okay, so maybe not king b8. So then what to play?
Maybe knight d5 now, but okay, you want to play c4?
Of course, just helping me a little bit, no?
Yeah.
Helping white. No, to me this is very unpleasant position. Black just lost a couple of tempos.
Rook f8, knight d7. I'm not a Caro-Kann player. So
You are not a Caro-Kann player,
no,
yeah?
absolutely not.
All right, so I think b4. So
Actually, yeah, bishop
here
d6,
is
yeah.
already something wrong. Something wrong with black's position.
White is still taking his time.
Yeah, no, it was already the rook e8 played. Yeah.
Yes, rook e8 was played, f4 and bishop d6.
Bishop d6 and
And
now
yeah, c4 and white has nice advantage, we
Yeah.
can say, huh?
yeah, c4. Okay, so we made a tour on
We made a tour of our usual tour.
of our UAE players, and let's go back to leaders.
Let's go back to leaders.
And yeah, David Paravian plays with Nodorbek Yakuboyev on
Yes.
board 1.
Yes. And a4, a5, bishop g5, h6. I got these kind of positions, but like black but with white pieces today a few times.
Like
actually.
black with white.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I brought my knight to g6.
Okay.
And I started attacking. I
Okay.
blundered an exchange at some
Oh,
point.
this is not okay.
Managed to come back and win that
Okay.
game.
Okay. Then it's fine.
King
Uh,
g7. Okay, this looks well.
King to g7 and white to g7. It's
Maybe he wants
under
to
knight
bring the
f5.
rook.
But why do I expose my king to
Well, I
this
never mind when the knight comes to f5 as long as my bishop can take on f5 and force your pawn to come to the f5 square. But otherwise, I agree with you.
Yeah. So what white? So white is thinking. Yeah. So no h4, no h3. Then d4 should. No, d4 pawn e4 hangs. Pawn e4 is hanging. How? Rook e1 anyway. No, anyway. No. If d4, knight takes e4, taking there. Okay, so same strategy. Not my pieces. d4. d4, and I'll give. Yeah.
We had a coach, Ordian Brej. He used to say, "No pieces, no problems."
No pieces, no problem. Exactly.
No pieces, no problem. Let's
No
go.
pieces, no problem.
94.
And taking on e5. This is what I wanted to do. And if you take back, then you can take back actually. Bishop takes e5, but this is about giving a bishop. No. This d4 was just bad. So probably queen c2, but queen c2. This is not the place for the queen. Trying to play d4, but now the queen is a little bit too far from the king side.
Okay, rook e8 might be possible.
Can black play here h5? Again,
That's what I was thinking. That's why black played
yeah,
h2
and if
today.
knight g5, then h4.
Yeah.
Winning the bishop.
Yeah, black exactly for h5 played king g7. So h5, h4 is coming.
And h4, no, if white plays h4 here.
Played h3.
He played h3, yeah, just to prevent all.
Is there some g4? No, not now.
Not immediately, probably. Yeah, black can still black bring the pieces. Like, what about move knight h5?
Is there?
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to calculate.
Shouldn't work. Okay, takes. Okay, no. Knight g3. Bishop h2 has to be played, but then knight is very nicely placed on f4.
Yeah.
Okay. White might face some problems, actually.
Yeah, knight h5, bishop. Bishop h2 is forced. White is forced to play bishop h2 and then knight f4. Knight f4, one of the knight. Which one? That the g6 knight? No, actually it's not easy because bishop h2 now. Which knight do you move to? Do you play to f4? Because if
I think h1.
Then knight f5 check.
Takes.
Bishop takes.
Okay.
Let's move it on the board.
Do I have to take?
No.
Okay, knight f5. Let's say king h7.
Okay, but then
I want to play queen f6.
Queen f6 is on the way. Yeah. Can I sacrifice the pawn g3?
Okay. Can
King g2.
Accept it and play g4?
Yes, and I want to sacrifice some more pieces.
Yeah.
Okay, more and more.
Maybe knight g1?
No, rook h1.
Rook h1. Okay.
Sacrificing f2, sacrificing f3.
Okay. I'll take this.
And queen d2. And if
D2,
take with f3, I take king f3. They are saying king is an active piece.
Okay, let me see how can I stop this checkmate now.
Queen g5. Okay, that's unpleasant.
Okay, you have at least takes check.
And rook knight takes rook.
Okay.
No. Okay.
Accept it. Yeah.
Yeah. So this.
Well, knight h5 looks pretty good after h3.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's gonna play this or no.
Yeah, bishop h2. Now black should decide what to jump on f4 or maybe not. Yeah. So knight h5.
Knight h5 looks interesting. Shall we move to the next game?
Yeah, board number 2. Board number 2.
Against Volodar against Raunak. Let's check this game and maybe we'll go for a little break.
Yeah, we check the leaders group and then we... Yeah, so he took on d5, stabilizing the structure, but from the other hand, rook comes to c8 and then black is doing not bad in my opinion. Queen b3, knight b6.
95.
Yes.
Okay.
Squares, playing for squares, queen to b4. We got an endgame.
Okay, this is the position. Looks very equal to me, to be honest.
Very equal and...
Okay, black has 2 bishops.
Honestly, I prefer black. I don't
Yeah.
know. So next move is f6 and then what do you do?
Yeah, actually
Probably
true.
you don't want to
F6.
take on c4 then because then my bishop starts...
F6, let's say knight g4 and king g7
and
again,
king
I guess,
g7,
right?
king f7, yeah, and...
Actually, there is also h5, maybe.
wow.
Because knight f6, king g7, I'm trapping the
And
knight.
if knight takes f6,
And
same
king
reason.
g7, yeah.
Maria. So this h5 tricks comes from Blitz games.
Yes,
I'm sure from your
yes.
from your morning experience. Okay, probably you managed to trap couple of knights.
I didn't. I
Couple of
was
knights
just
on this
pushing
way.
my pieces, you know. I don't know what was happening much on the chessboard.
Okay, so we have here an equal endgame, but still probably I would prefer honestly black pieces.
I agree.
Like,
I agree with it.
And what do we have on board 3?
On board 3 we have
Pranav
6,
plays with
A4.
Wahidov.
Bishop b7 was played. Bishop f3. 94. Okay.
Yeah, this is not a pawn sacrifice because probably white can't accept it.
Bishop c5 in the end
bishop
might be possible.
Yes. And what did play? White is thinking now, yeah?
White is thinking now.
Okay, knight b5 should be calculated.
Okay, he played.
He did play knight b5.
He played bishop e4.
He took with the bishop on
Okay, if takes, is there knight d4, but there's queen c6.
Oh, no, yeah.
And if, so this did not happen. Okay, black took on e4 very quickly, and okay, and knight b5 right away. Okay, so queen c2 is not possible because rook c1, rook c7.
Rook c1, queen d3, just trading queens, and
Yes.
rook c7 double attack.
So black has to play something like queen c6 maybe.
Yeah, queen c6 is a good move. Queen c6 is just a good move. So now rook d8 is on the way. Rook c8, a6, bishop c5.
I'm starting to like black's position also here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What do you say if we take a break?
Yeah.
And then we come back.
Great idea.
Always a great idea, right?
So yeah, so we have fighting chess, a lot of fighting chess on leaders group, on leaders board, and we have a result. Actually, it happened a draw. They agreed to a draw on board 2.
On board 2, they finished already.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Murzin and Sadwani, they agreed to a draw. Actually, it was kind of our prediction that some
when
quick
I saw
draws.
it, I was like, this looks like a draw. And then we're like, we like black's position.
Okay, good intuition, Maria. So good intuition. So we have the first result of the round in the leaders group, draw on board 2, and but the others are still playing. So
okay, I think we will take a 1 minute break because we have a very, very special guest about whom we were talking at the beginning of the stream. Don't go anywhere. Just give us 1 minute. doesn't need an introduction, but I will still go for it. Five-time world champion and current FIDE deputy president, Vishwanathan Anand.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good, nice to be here.
We're also very happy to have you here. How you like Abu Dhabi? This is not your first time, right?
No, it's not my first time. Last year I came for a FIDE meeting, it was March last year, and this is my second time, but it's my first time to the Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. Of course, I have noticed that this has become a very strong tournament over the years, that the field is incredibly strong every year, and but it's the first time I'm actually seeing it, and that's very nice.
We're very happy to have you here. Of course, one more time, by the way, I know that you were having this beautiful event of Torchlight Procession for FIDE 100, and congratulations. I mean, it's actually FIDE birthday, right? 100 years old, one full century.
Yes, that's right. It was founded on July 20th, 1924. And here we are, 100 years later. So that's right. So one of the things we've been doing is having passing the Olympic torch from city to city and celebrating the 100th anniversary of FIDE like that. It's nice to do it here because Abu Dhabi is becoming more and more of a center for chess and the UAE in general. And of course, it's very, very important that in 4 years we will have the Chess Olympiad in Abu Dhabi. So building up to that, I think there's a lot of momentum. We had a simultaneous display in the Marina Mall, and it was packed with a lot of youngsters. So I think chess really has a lot of momentum here now.
Yes, it does. It does, of course. And the last thing I would like to tell you, I know you can see that we have a lot of Indian players, a lot of Indian grandmasters, rising stars in the Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. And of course, I think you were their main role model, first of all, to become a world chess player. Is there anything would you like to tell to our participants or maybe Indian players?
Look, I know a lot of my countrymen come here. In fact, in general, it can be said that India and the UAE have a lot of engagement. So not just Abu Dhabi, but Dubai, Sharjah, with all the... And there's a huge Indian community here. And I think that's why so many players feel very comfortable coming here and playing. But I know that just a lot of them play. And that's what also makes the tournament very strong.
It does.
I'm curious to see a lot of the games now.
Okay, we have actually a draw in the game between Volodar Murzin versus Raunak.
Mm-hmm.
And on the third board, we have Pranav playing against Shimsadin. And this is the current position, and he's playing with the white pieces.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I guess white will probably put the knight on d4, shut the d file. White can then follow up with c3, just defending that knight on d4. And I don't know, how do you click these colors away? That's it, okay. And I would guess it's equal. I don't know if white, after doing that, can subsequently move the queen to this square and then bring it out here and perhaps try for f5. Maybe it's a small advantage, but I don't think it's very significant.
Yeah. Is there any player that you would like to check the game?
Let's just check the top board.
Yeah, on the top board we have Paravyan.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Against Nodirbek Yakuboyev. And
so this way of playing the Italian has become very, very topical. And did this happen?
This did happen, yes.
Okay. I mean, right away my thoughts go to what happens after knight h4. Can I just enter it like that? Yeah. But I suspect that it's either knight takes e4 or knight h5. Knight takes e4 might not be a good idea.
Knight g6 is possible, maybe.
Yes. Knight g6. Well, let's have a look. Take here. Maybe it's playable. And if I take on f8, you take on f1. And some of the
Lots of
And I'm wondering why he's
complications.
provoking this with um, G4 himself, because knight H4 is kind of begging to be played. But if you're not going to take, then perhaps the best is to do this and play queen E1 and maybe knight H4 after that. But I don't think, unless knight H4 works here, I don't think black's in any trouble. So this should be quite okay for black.
Yes. And we have the last board. The last leader is Leon Luc Mendonca. He's playing with the black pieces, and this is the current position of the game. And it's white to play now against Jawahir Sindarov.
I mean, I guess it's hard to see a better move than this. You take, and I play rook Fe1. I mean,
Still.
personally, I would probably prefer to be white, but it's not huge. I mean, if I can play rook A7 and then try for B6 somewhere, try to. I don't think C6 works
Knight
because
B6.
knight B6 can be awkward, even queen B6 maybe.
A very nice square for the knight.
Knight B6, bishop E6 is the problem, sorry, I just noticed. But queen B6 might work. But if queen B6, I don't see the problem particularly. I can play rook A6, and if you take, I take. It's no big deal.
Knight is not entering to B6
Yeah.
square.
Okay, so I assume then Leon knows what he's doing, and he's kind of built up to this, so that's straightforward. I'm just wondering, is there something that could be done here? But it would involve the sacrifice of this pawn if I don't play rook E1, so I don't see how to do that.
Also, if white doesn't take the knight D4, then queen D1 doesn't look right, taking the queen to protect the pawn, right? After knight D4.
Yes, if you go queen D1,
Looks very passive, somehow doesn't want to be done.
maybe. I'm just thinking aloud if even something like that is possible. If you take, I take, but then bishop F4. There might be just a bit of pressure. And I could just play C6, and that is also fine, because the next move could be bishop G4 or bishop H3. So maybe this is quite
Yeah.
playable.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway. Yeah.
And Arvind Chidambaram. Ooh,
Aravind
that's very
against Grzegorz.
fascinating. So white's trying to use his two bishops, presumably an F5 break. Black will try to fight for a lot of squares. So these pawns are pushing on the queen side. Maybe B4, maybe A4, knight B6, come for that square. White's problem is, I think, if you do this, I have two ways of going. I could do that and play E5, which solves the thing of the F7 square weakening. But I could also take and go G5. And that might be okay as well.
Yeah, as they say, you have pair of bishops, open the files.
Yes. So maybe white has got to play E5 and then bring, so push this pawn here and then rotate the queen here, perhaps put the rook
F3,
out there. And black is missing this very important square for his knight. So that could be a possible plan.
Oh, that looks nice for white.
Yes.
That looks very nice for white. Any other games would you like to go through? I know.
No, I have
busy
to head
man.
off for the gala
Yes.
dinner, which is celebrating this event we have had here today.
Yes.
But interesting games. I will be following them on my phone.
Thank you, Mr. Anand. Thank you for joining us at the Abu Dhabi Chess Festival and especially at our studio. We appreciate it very much and hope to see you soon in the other events of the Abu Dhabi. And for our viewers, don't go anywhere. We will be back after a very short break. Are we good? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the 7th round of the Abu Dhabi Chess Festival 2024. And Vasily Ivanchuk against Saidakbar Saydaliev just finished in a peaceful manner. And we have the guests here. Can you please tell us a little bit more about your game, or all in all?
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to tell that. Okay. That I had feeling that totally something wrong. So I'm doing what. So it's disaster to play this game.
We're sorry to hear that. Yeah.
Because yesterday I had pawn up and I should win, and I should have 1.5 more point, and it's very big difference. So it's, and it was impossible not win, but I managed not win this. So it's impossible to play chess. So I started to play c4. Okay, so my preparation was this line. Okay, but after d5, d4, bishop b4, what to play? Okay, maybe logical was to take and bishop f4, which I played against Sosa. It's another line, but I played e3, knight f6, a3, bishop takes, castle. Okay, I took on d5. And now bishop d3, it's mistake. It's okay, it's not bad move at all for sure, but I should play f3. It was probably my only chance to win this game.
Oh, sorry about this.
So f3, c5, knight e2. So my idea, if b6, knight g3, I am waiting with bishop d3. So if bishop a6, I am winning healthy temp if compare with game. And of course, it's bad idea for black to play this, but if rook e8, I have bishop b5. Also excellent position, so black should play something else. Okay, probably queen c7, king f2, and now I have much more pleasant positions. And okay, h5 is possible, but I can even play this.
Bishop f5.
Bishop d3,
Maybe.
takes, takes.
Maybe.
Knight d7.
Knight d6 or knight c6 was the plan. Knight e5, knight c4. Or knight
Yes,
knight
black
d6.
has reasonable counterplay, so I am not winning here, so
And I think maybe it was better to play c4 here instead of f3 or bishop d3.
no, c4, c5, I think it's good for black because black has good development of pieces.
How?
C takes d5, queen takes d5. No, I don't think it's okay. It's playable, but because black is better on development, I don't believe that white can have advantage here. So okay, I played this bishop a6. Okay, in first round I took here c4. Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Yes, it was my game from, but now I played this. F3. So I don't understand what to do in this position. So
Oh, why do you play rook e2? I don't understand this move.
somewhere knight g3, rook e2. Okay, but I don't know. Okay, maybe queen d3.
Maybe you can start with a4.
Yes, maybe queen d3, knight c7, knight g3. It's logical. Knight e6, bishop b2, for example, h5. So I don't know what is this because I cannot play chess anymore. So I
We
need
enjoy
I
Ivanchuk's
need
chess always.
I need somebody give me present. So somebody give some primitive blunder like blunder of peace, something like this, because if I cannot win position from yesterday, it seems that in my life something is totally wrong. So position is quite interesting. Okay, so but I played g4, so
Aggressive.
yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, this is-
Okay, but this is it's bad idea. Okay, maybe
Yeah.
not objectively bad, but
Very risky for white also. I think.
it's it needs. Okay, player needs to be in another mood to play g4. So, knight c7, normal move. Knight g3. Okay, I don't know. Maybe h4 is. Maybe this is more logical. I don't know. But okay, knight g4. Knight g4. I don't think it's very serious. Okay. For example, if knight g4. I don't know. What is this? This. This. If king. Okay, king g2. What is this? Okay, maybe strong for black. Many checks.
Knight f4 on the next move for white to prevent the rook from entering to the g file.
Sorry.
If the
Knight
black rook wants to
f4.
come
Ah,
in,
I should play queen e4. So don't.
Queen
Oh, knight-
e4, rook
Knight
f3,
g3, I think.
rook f3, and then knight g3. I don't know.
Man, I didn't want to go to these lines. If you play h4.
Okay,
But
so
I'll do my
at
plan.
least it's a possibility. Okay, knight g3. It looks like natural move, and knight b5. I was surprised because I thought that g5 is threat, so I expected something like h6 or knight e6 or queen c6, something like this. But knight b5, it's very concrete move. Probably good move. I don't. So g5 now it's possible, but
Knight c3.
I
Take.
wasn't sure about this position.
Yeah, I will take pawn d4.
Yes, this.
Yes.
For example,
Yeah.
this, and then d4 is
Yeah,
coming.
some.
If e takes d4,
Queen
rook,
e4 I want to play.
queen a4 also, yes. Also rook e6 and rook f6. So it's not convincing. Also, I have seen idea rook g2. Because now knight c3 doesn't work. Queen d3, knight is attacked, g5 is threat.
Yeah.
If c takes d4, important not e takes d4, because after e takes d4 I have seen something, but this, and knight e8 is coming. But the problem for black that now g5 is.
It is losing material.
Yes, black just losing material, but I didn't see what I will do after queen c6.
Yeah,
So I considered something like this, d5, but okay, maybe it's not so bad at all, but so why not? So queen g6 or something like this. e4.
Can I play instead of pawn take c4, knight c3?
Sorry?
After d5, knight d7, c4, knight c3. This
Mm.
idea.
Knight c3.
This idea c pawn take d4.
Knight. C takes d5, queen takes d5. It's interesting, undoubtedly, but what is this? So this.
Pawn take d4.
And then I will take on c4. If knight d5, e4, and then rook takes c4. So okay, I'm not sure that this is advantage. Knight a4, for example, rook takes c4, knight c5. But okay, it's playable position. But maybe white is slightly better because maybe not. Maybe it's more close to equal. Okay, e4. It's more pleasant to play for white. I have such a feeling bishop e3 is coming somehow. Okay, so this is this looks so probably I should play this. So g5 and c4. So if knight c3, I'm slightly better in this endgame. So d takes c4, d5. Yes, it was in spirit of position.
Yeah, it was interesting. More critical.
Okay, so for example, queen g6,
e4.
e
No, it's what's
e4, knight e5. It's important if f4, knight.
no. Meaning you have the idea h4, h5.
H4 also, knight d4, h5, queen d6.
Bishop b2, like, or
Yes.
it was better for red. It looks like more pleasant for red.
Yes, I have attacking chances, yes.
Oh.
So I should play this, yes. Not g5. So what I
Queen d3.
queen d3. So
Queen c6.
and now so how
h4.
I played h4 and
Rook a8.
With a8.
so where is this? So instead, but where this idea, which I demonstrated now, knight g3, knight b5. So
You said rook g2, queen c6, c4.
rook g2.
If I will play queen c6, c4, you mean?
Yes.
g5, knight d7, c4.
Yes. That's the point. So I should play this. rook e6, I have same idea probably. No, so it looks like black is in trouble.
What will if h6?
h6.
23 or
Yes.
I have rook ac8.
No, but maybe takes rook c3, queen f5. And queen c7 and then knight d6 is kind. Yes, it's unclear. Okay, but so rook g2 was creative and probably was the best. So, how to stop to this moment?
After queen d3 or
Okay, I played queen d3 probably. Probably rook g2 was stronger. Queen c6. Knight h. What to play now? So what I played a4.
is there a chance to push more?
Yes,
Maybe like g5?
yes, g5, but I was afraid knight d7, a4, for example, knight f8, and then knight e6 is coming. It was not always black has possibility to play queen c4. If immediately queen c4, it's okay for me, but the problem black is not hurry. h6, good move, and now I have problem with my plan because g5 is stopped. So during the game I had feelings that after h6 it must be good for me because I will have f5 square for my knight, but the problem that black knight not on c4 yet.
I think you can play here knight bishop e3.
And knight f5.
Yes, if knight c4, knight e5.
If queen takes a4.
Oh yes, yeah. But
If knight g7, rook e3.
Nice.
it's a better yes for me.
Doesn't look convincing for me. Even if black plays rook e6 and rook ce8 instead queen takes a4. It's not, also not sure that I'm fine now because knight on c4 very strong. I have many weaknesses. Okay, queen takes a4 is quite good, but so queen not on d7, so queen d7. Okay, well, for example, if black even played this, so what is my achievements in this position?
You can start rook g2.
Rook
Try to attack. Great.
knight h7.
Knight is on. Oh yeah. It wasn't my idea.
Yes, knight g5 is coming, so at least black will have good contraplay. Okay, but queen takes a4. It's so I played a4, h6. I played bishop d2. So my idea was if queen c4 takes, king f2, consolidate position. But the problem is that black is not changing the queen. My king can be weak, and I have no real plan. So a5. It's possible. Of course, queen d7 was normal. Probably a5.
Yeah, I want to stop idea of a5 and bishop b4.
Yes. So probably I could start with a5.
Yeah, I can. It's also possible. I think.
Yes, but b5 and knight c4, I'm not sure this is good. At least this unclear. Okay, it was possible. So after bishop d2, a5 was played. So now I have understood that rook c1. Okay, rook c1 is bad move at all. So of course I should play something like this. Yes, king g2, much more logical. To protect f3. Probably my plan can be knight e2, knight f4 somewhere.
If I play this queen d7.
Okay, at least after queen d7 I am within tempi. Okay, probably
c6.
not so important for evaluation of position, but okay, I can do something. Okay, maybe nothing special, but
If I also try to maneuver knight e7, knight g5.
yes, so like in the game. So I have one more tempi, but
Will it help or not?
okay, now I can play this, for example.
Knight c4.
Okay, knight c4, rook e2, and knight f5.
A minimum come back to knight d6.
Yes, you can do it. You can do everything.
Maybe I said knight g5, knight e5, knight d6.
Okay, now I'm more or less happy because bishop h4. Now I'm even better. So all my dreams are realized. If some tactics doesn't work, of course. So probably this and rook e4 is possible.
Well noticed.
And now it's probably dangerous for me. At least very difficult to fight with such an attack. Okay, probably I should lost this game, okay, because and so play this.
Yeah, it was variation.
It was variation. So okay, rook c1 is terrible move. at all. So why I played this? Okay, probably I expected knight c4 or what? So probably I expected knight c4, knight f5, and then bishop e1, bishop g3, or bishop h4. It was my idea, but
Maybe rook g2, g5.
Yeah.
maybe also, yes. But for black is no reason. Okay, so now I understood that I am totally collapsed, not only in my life but also in this game. Knight h7, bishop f2, and now okay, so I understand that so this is opportunity,
I didn't see this idea. Exactly.
but I don't know how strong
work,
it is. This maybe at least it's not winning. Maybe it's winning. I don't know. Okay, for sure very dangerous for black. But okay, also was possible. Simply play rook f8 to prepare f5, and what I should do now. Okay, maybe now knight f5 also. If knight f5, queen takes f5, and
Yeah.
probably
Endgame is
no endgame. It's
maybe better for you.
yeah, endgame is always good for me, but yes. So now knight f5 is possible. Yes, I should play this. So this was principle. Knight. Oh, okay, but so in the game, yes, I offer a draw and. Oh, okay, why?
Why he showed it's blunder interesting?
Why?
The computer showed it's rook b3 is blunder.
Why?
I didn't understand.
Maybe just by accident. I can ask the computer if you need.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Maybe there is nothing sometimes. Oh,
Knight de4.
knight d4. Wow. Okay.
Oh, knight d4. What is this? So, okay, I have seen this, but d takes
Yeah,
e.
I also think, but knight e5 I didn't like.
Yeah.
Knight d5, knight f3. I didn't see.
So okay, so, can
Knight
you?
f3. He,
Okay, knight e4. If I just take what?
queen
Is
g4.
queen?
With idea
Queen
mate.
h3.
Wow.
I have seen
I
queen.
saw that, but I didn't like after knight e5.
Knight f5. And g6 now or knight f3, king f3.
Knight f3 I didn't see.
Yes. Very nice. And yes.
So you noticed knight de4 but decided not to play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have seen.
Because it's I think because first of white is not must take it on e4 first of all.
Yes, but
Also,
I
I
just
bishop-
missed a check from h3. So I had feeling takes queen e2. I didn't see check from h3.
Also, I think maybe
Yes,
just bishop f2, bishop e1, but this idea I didn't see. e6. I only got a rook c1 like this one. But yeah, it didn't see anything better like this.
So I had feeling that I'm losing very similar game as Artur Yusupov lost against Andrei Sokolov in candidates match in Riga. Same opening, more or less same.
So critical moments mainly where the a4 was a bad move, right? So
No,
most
critical
likely, like,
moments
g5
was
would be-
yesterday. For today, it was no critical moments. So, okay, I could of course play solid to play some move and offer a draw or just play some dry position, but okay. Nobody can give me back pawn from point from yesterday, which I totally deserved.
Well, we still want to see the creative Ivanchuk playing the chess because
I,
we always want to
I'm
see.
not creative anymore. Please give me the point, but nobody can give me. It was impossible. I can show you position. It was
Yes, we
impossible.
can check it, of course. So round 6, right? Well, shall we start from the beginning?
Okay, I can show from the beginning. So it's theory. Also theory. Idea if a takes b4, knight takes f3. It's important. And now if knight takes a takes b5, so takes, knight g5, takes, h6. Okay, white is slightly better, but with precise play, black can hold this. So this is main theory. The problem, if queen takes f3, just castle and black is okay because knight is hanging, a takes b5, it's hanging, so and this tactic doesn't work. So, but okay, it's the best choice take with knight and knight g5. But he played this. And now, okay, I know theory that this is very well for black because the point is that now I have this, it's pin, if rook a4, knight c5, if queen f3, bishop d2, rook d1, bishop c1, rook d4, knight d4, and very important that after this black has this trick.
If the queen takes, just
Knight,
for the viewers.
knight b5 or knight c6.
Wow.
Winning.
Yes, so
Wow.
this I know this. So okay, but so he took this knight f3, and okay, now I'm slightly better. Okay, probably not too much, but pleasant game. King f1. Okay, so I took rook a1. Where is it's the game.
Yeah.
A5. Okay, rook d8, rook d5 is possible, but okay, so king d7 I played, king c6, so I had feelings that probably rook can be useful on a8, king e2, rook d8, king b5, b3. Okay, now I can play c5, but I decide that rook d5 useful move because now he cannot play with his knight. I want to improve my position so slowly. Bishop a3. So this is idea. Okay, so if rook c4, my idea was something like this, and c5, some kind of domination with threat bishop d4. So rook c2, very creative, but I played this. So firstly, I had idea that he wants to play rook d2, but it's bad position. Of course, I can take, and even king c4 is possible. So, but okay, he didn't. He had a totally different idea, very creative one, but rook c4, f4, rook d5, and now he played knight e4. This is the point. Now idea that knight c3 is threat, and he wants also play f5, but I managed bishop b2. Very nice trick. Now f5, knight d4, rook c2, bishop a1. Very important move, bishop a1, because if immediately bishop d4, he has f5. And after rook e5, he has king f3. If bishop e3 takes, and e takes f7. So difference is that now I played bishop d4, and now after f5, rook e5. So difference this that he cannot take here and here because bishop a3. This is very important. So I calculated everything of this. So bishop d4. Now f5, rook e5. Okay, so what he played?
Bishop d4.
Bishop d4, knight takes d4, king d3, c5, knight d6, king b4 I played. Okay, probably rook c4, so maybe king c6 was better, yes. Because now I have seen that rook c4 is correct idea, and this, if I want to play for win, I need to go to a2, but after king a2 he has contraplay because even knight c4 is possible. But okay, he didn't play this. Of course, rook c4 is better, but he played this, rook d5, king e4, knight b3, takes. And now, of course, he should start with knight e5. I can play a4, g5, a3, queen. So I consider it something like this. Okay. Of course, this is winning chances for me, but something like this. But I'm not sure that it's possible to win. So something like queen e4, something. It's normal, but he made mistake.
He didn't play 95.
So, yes, he didn't play knight e5. He primitively started.
I can go back if you want. So a little bit more, yeah.
So he played g5 immediately. Now I played knight d3, stop at this. He cannot play knight e5 anymore, so he played f6. Takes, and knight f4 simply. Okay, game is over because knight h5, knight f6, king e5, knight h5, then I'm taking and my pawn. So he played this, knight h5, knight e5, takes, knight d3 check. I played totally correctly this, and now so it's impossible not win this position, but I didn't win.
How did this happen?
Okay, so the most simple probably this attack the pawn if h3. Okay, I can play knight f2, knight d3. Okay, everything is winning because white has no ideas. If king c6, king b6, no threat. I can do everything what I want. I played h5. It's also normal move. So he played h4, and now knight g4. Okay, I just need to improve my knight and take the pawn. But suddenly I played this. Why? Knight d3. I played a4. But so it was better to just come back. It's still totally winning for me. But okay, no reason. So king b5, it's not normal move. So knight d5, everything is winning because white cannot do anything. I can just improve. But what I played king b5.
H5 was played. H5, H4, and then king b5.
Yes, I played this. I played this. I played this. Still winning. And suddenly kings go, and I played knight c5. Total frustration. So it's knight e5 check and knight g6.
Just take pawn.
Yeah.
How is possible not to play this. And I'm just taking the pawn, he has no time. For example, this, if knight d3, king b3, he can not, this, it's very easy. Even if white to move. So, how it's possible not to play this?
Yeah, I can see that the time trouble was big.
Okay, but it's simple position. Position is very simple. Okay, I should. Okay, so the most technical knight g4 simply. If h3, okay, knight, even this, even this. I can do everything, so white has no ideas at all.
And what happened after knight d5? You played knight c5, right?
Sorry?
Future, no. Coming yet.
I played knight c5. Oh, bože.
Here. So king d3.
After knight c5 it's draw?
Yes, after knight c5, surprisingly, it's draw.
Oh,
Because king is here and I cannot improve its fortress.
the knight just comes to hold the pawn.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Painful.
King a1, no Zugzwang, so I cannot improve this position. So he has.
Yeah, the knight just comes back.
Yes, and
So,
just in time. So why? What I did wrong in my life for such punishment?
It's chess. I
It's
think
chess.
it happens to
No,
all
no,
of
it's
us.
it's punishment. It's not chess anymore.
it's just sport.
It's not sport anymore. It's like I don't know what, but it's not chess. It's not sport. It's just punishment.
Let's not name the things that the way they are. It happens.
No,
Time trouble.
No,
One wrong move.
it's not wrong move. Okay.
Knight c5. I mean, yeah.
Okay, knight c5. But what was reason to play h5? Okay, I cannot imagine which chances white can have in this position. So if h4, knight h6, I'm winning. So h3. Okay, for example, knight e3. It's very difficult to imagine what black can do not to win this position. That's problem. So I can do almost any moves. So it's not problem how to win this position. It's problem how not to win this position. Because just played with hand. It's possible not win this only if you are punished.
I think we shouldn't agree with that. Is there any games from today's game? I'm sorry for your loss of yesterday, by the
No,
way.
I
Sorry, it was
didn't
draw,
lose.
yeah, sorry. But I mean, yeah.
But
It
it's
happens,
not
yeah.
game anymore. It's something. It's same story was in Blitz. 4 rounds. Okay, 4 rounds before the finish. I had 5.5 from 7. And I had totally winning position. I can show you game.
Sure.
So it's same
Okay, let's just
punishment.
choose any game and we can start from beginning.
Okay, from beginning. Okay, I don't probably I will not remember, but okay. So it was this. I played this.
Are you white or black?
I white. Now my opponent played knight bd7, bad line because allows knight h3, knight f2. So he played something like this. Okay, now it's trick if f4, knight g4 he has. So now it's good for black, e takes d5 and e d4. But okay, of course, bishop e2. So takes. I had this position. I don't remember exactly what.
Who is your opponent, by the way?
From Philippines, Quizon. Okay, so it's very difficult. Okay, I don't remember moves, so it was something like, okay, I will show you just positions. So, no, it was the structure somewhere f4, this, b5. I don't remember games, so.
It's white to play.
Okay, for example, I will show you the. Okay, I see rook hanging, so it was this, something like this.
Black to move.
Okay, rook b8. Something like. My rook was on b1. Pawn was on h3. Okay, black to move. Something like this. I had this position. I played. Okay, of course, rook a1 is possible. I'm totally winning many ways. So it was something like I played knight g4. My bishop. Rook was on e1, so I played knight g4 somewhere. It's difficult to. So, okay, I will show you position. So something like this. Okay, it doesn't matter which. It's important moment when real tragedy was happened. So knights was exchanged somehow. So bishop was on.
Just move for black and then it will.
Okay, so I had this position already. Okay, so now we are here. So I had this position with white. So it's not possible. King on f8, sorry. Just a moment. King on f8.
It's black to play. You can just move it here.
And now black to move. So, for example, I had this queen was on d8. He made check.
Okay.
No. King on was on g8. So he made check. I played this with threat. Rook e7. Totally winning. Black pieces cannot move. So, rook e7 is coming. So king f8. Everything is winning. So queen c2 is possible. Queen e2 is possible. So I have seen queen e2, but suddenly queen d4, not clear. But I can play queen e7, queen f7, rook e8, take everything with check. And so queen e2, black can resign. Oh, of course, many other moves is winning. Queen c2 is winning. So knight d1, it's pleasant move with idea queen c3. Okay, I decide black cannot do anything, and okay, played rook e6, totally normal move.
Seems like.
Yes, and he played rook a8. No threats, nothing. So again, queen c2, queen e1, queen e2, everything is winning. Knight d1 also, creative idea to prepare this. But I played knight e2 and queen f2.
Oh.
What is this? It's not chess anymore. And after this, I lost 2 more games in a row because.
It's hard to recover after
Yes,
this. Yeah.
because I understand that somebody block my mind.
No. We know that it's not true.
It's
It
true.
happens.
No, it's impossible. Okay, how it's possible not win this position? And with winning, okay, I had chances for the prizes in the Blitz tournament. So my life could be totally different than now. And yes, after win yesterday also, 4 rounds before the end, I could be active player. So if to play with knight d1, game is over. Queen b2, queen c3. Okay, but everything okay. So there is what is problem. Rook e8 is coming. Like queen c2,
Yeah.
everything. But I played knight e2. So
Yeah, it's hard to recover after it. But
it's impossible.
I have to tell you that, however the tournament is going for you, we're always happy to see Ivanchuk's game. And even when you say it's not possible, we know that it's possible for us not to win those kind of positions. But we're always happy to see you playing, to see you win, to create on the chessboard. And we are enjoying every game, every move that you're playing in this tournament and all in other tournaments. And I'm pretty sure that the whole chess generation will agree with us. And however it goes, it's just masterpiece for our eyes, whatever you say. And I think we will go for a short break now, and we will be back for a 7th round of Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. Thank you very much for coming to our studio.
Okay, we can consider some other games if you want.
Sure.
Who is playing now?
We have a draw on the second board, and we have David Pargan playing on the first board against Nodirbek.
Ah, so black to move.
Yeah.
Interesting position.
Pair of bishops.
Two bishops against two knights. Of course, if white will consolidate position, it will be good for them. But white has some.
Knights are very active.
Yes, and rook is.
It's not working, and bishop e1 is not working.
Yes, so rook f8, for example, is possible.
Direct attack on f3 pawn. King f2 looks like the only move.
But after unfortunately black cannot take a knight h4 because king e3, and after rook f3, rook b3, knight is hanging.
Ah, okay.
So probably knight f5.
But after take e5,
Knight e5.
king e2.
Knight takes f3.
Oh, I'm losing material. Bishop.
Okay, maybe
But-
it's compensation.
Bishop d5 or bishop f2.
It looks like it's enough for draw because white has strong bishop. So even some attacking chances. Okay, so what else after bishop b3?
Not e4 maybe also possible.
What?
Not f4.
F4. And what is idea if I just take?
Take. Just not e5. I'm not sure.
Not?
Just not e5 maybe.
Knight f5, bishop c2. No, now it looks already better for white. Because there are no threats and bishops are certainly stronger than knight. Oh, this is not a good idea, I think. So probably rook f8 is the best. So rook f8, this variation we consider it knight f5. But for example, bishop c2 is not possible because takes. If takes, knight takes d4. Also bishop e4 and then bishop c3, maybe some compensation. Maybe this is also possible.
But I haven't knight f3.
Knight f3, bishop takes and rook a3 is coming.
From here.
Okay, so maybe this is compensation, but maybe a more simple line for white is just take, which king e2, and after knight f3, bishop f2. Maybe bishop d2 is possible. Bishop d2, I have seen mate, so this. Okay, of course, this is cooperative.
The knight is trapped or?
Yes, something this, with two ideas to trap knight or rook e1. Yes, but d5.
Brilliant.
Yes, not so brilliant, but d5. Black is surviving, surprisingly. Okay, but so
Yeah, king f2 was played in the game. Actually, this happened. Rook f8, king f2.
so knight f5 black should play.
Yeah, black didn't do the move yet. Okay. Knight f5 was played.
Also knight g4 if black wants draw. If king g3, knight e3. It's also possibility. If black agreed to draw.
I have the live game, by the way, if you want to see what is happening now, because
Yes.
here we have 15 minutes
That's
delay.
up.
So basically,
Was interesting in game. Knight against bishop.
Very interesting position.
yeah, okay. So basically, after king f2, black played knight f5.
Where is bishop?
After
No,
take,
no.
take, take, take.
Yeah, take.
Bishop b3.
Bishop b3,
knight-
rook f8. King f2,
knight f5.
knight f5. D takes on e5. Knight e5. Bishop d2.
Bishop d2.
Yeah.
So another line was king e2 and bishop f2. Okay.
After bishop d2, knight f3 was played.
Mm-hmm.
King f3, knight d4, king e4, knight b3, rook g1 check. So black won a pawn, but king f7, bishop e3. Wait, I lost it. King f7, rook f1, king e8, rook f1, king e8.
Instead of
Yeah,
bishop
yeah,
e2.
instead of bishop d2, e3.
Okay, fine.
Rook f8, king f8, and bishop e3. This is the position.
This is the position. Looks like draw. Because white has idea knight d5 and knight c4. King d5 and king c4.
Going after the pawns.
Or even some winning chances for white in pawn endgame. Difficult to believe, but... also black can probably go to a1. Okay, for example, let's see. So if knight c5, okay, probably. I'm not sure if white can win this, but at least some chance. Okay, but very likely. No. King c8 already losing because king b5 and king c6. So black in danger, but probably knight a1 is possible.
It's not gonna be trapped at some point.
But
Magically.
Well, I have c2 square, and I don't see how white can trap this knight.
Yeah, it's escaping. If white had the c3 square for the king.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Let's see if we have some new moves. Bishop e3.
After king b5, black can play knight b3 back, or maybe also b6 is possible. Okay, hard to believe that black has real winning chances also. For example,
Okay, we have moves. King e7, king d5 was played.
sorry?
In this position.
King e7, king d5.
Yeah.
Yes, so now, okay, it looks like draw. Takes. Knight c2, takes, knight c2. Or knight c2,
It's not made.
it's not made, yes. Because, but bishop is hanging.
Bishop f2.
Okay, knight a3, knight c4. Only black can play for win.
Yeah,
Okay,
of course.
draw is very likely, but black, so is it possible to force draw somehow for white? It's strange that with knight on a1, black can play for win.
White must play more concretical.
But before? Before knight c2 and knight.
Looks like black tried to put some problems for white, but
Looks drawish though.
Looks drawish, but not so easy in short time. So where is draw?
You want to check any other game?
Yes.
Okay. We can check the board number 3. Pranav against Shahmidin.
Wahidov.
Yeah, Wahidov. Okay, I will tell you what happened after this position.
This position, white to move or black to move?
It's black to play.
Because if white to play bishop g5 is winning.
Yeah.
Right?
So h6 was played.
Yes, logical.
Queen g4. Bishop c8. Rook d5. Rook g6. Queen d1. King h7. Queen f1. Bishop b7. Rook d6 and queen e5. And rook g6. King g6 and bishop b6, and this is the position. Just for your note, I will tell that Pranav is in a very big time trouble. He has only 1 minute 20 seconds on the clock, and this is the position.
Objectively should be draw.
Opposite sided bishops.
Yes, but practically black can try something like f5, for example. f4 once, if bishop e3, queen c3. Not so easy. But white has contraplay. Bishop e3, queen c3, g4.
Before suddenly.
But bishop c8. Okay, maybe. Not bishop c8 immediately, because if bishop c8, I can take. Queen g1 and
Queen
bishop.
g1.
No. Queen takes
Queen
h3. So. Okay, so f5. Bishop e3 looks like forced because f4 is a very serious threat. Okay, maybe queen e2, f4, queen g4, and queen d7. Try to catch the bishop. It's another idea. Maybe it's also possible.
Queen d7.
Because if e3 takes e2, I have bishop f2.
Nice. Looks like equal here too.
Now bishop d4 is also threat. Okay, so f5, queen e2, maybe black should play something else, maybe h5, for example. Or not. Or king h7 also possible. Prepare. So bishop e3, it's more logical, but now queen c3. Not so easy.
Okay, we have moves on the first board, by the way.
Okay.
Here. After king d5, black played, yeah. This is the position actually.
Knight a1.
Knight a1 was played in the game, yeah. Oh, still looks draw though.
Looks draw, but white need to be careful.
Okay. Pawn is a pawn.
Sorry?
Pawn is a pawn, right?
Yes, yes. Okay, for example, if b4, knight c2, what?
Threat is a king b3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to trap the knight.
Okay, black always has draw, takes, and even take
Yeah.
on b4. So
A pawn is not going anywhere.
yes, black cannot lose.
First of all, black must play pawn take before, because if like king b2 to knight d4.
Sorry.
First
Ah,
of all,
ah.
play take before.
But now king c3 it's coming.
Yeah, it looks like more.
If king c6, even b5 is possible. So it looks like draw after b4.
Before was on the board, yeah. Shall we go to the third board? Because there is some
Yes.
interesting stuff happening, by the way.
Pranav?
Yeah, Pranav. So basically, rook g6, king g6. Bishop b6.
Queen b2.
Queen c3 was played, huh?
Queen c3 immediately
Yeah.
was played.
Queen d1. e3. Queen g4.
It's draw.
Check. Yeah,
Sorry.
check.
Bishop d4. Sorry. Bishop d4 is. What about bishop d4? So
Maybe just check and g6.
f6 more like
F6,
g6. It's hardly a good idea. f6 more reasonable. Okay, white at least has perpetual check, so white has no risk. For example, this, f6. If I want draw, I can even play this. So.
And the left game, black is a win.
So white is playing for win or what?
No, black.
Black? No. How black can play? After bishop d4, white can force draw.
No, in the left game, I mean.
But he didn't play bishop d4.
No, he played
Queen a5.
Queen
queen
f5.
f5, king g8.
Strange. Why not bishop d4? It's very simple. Or he,
Well, he doesn't have time. He
okay,
plays on
okay,
seconds,
but
yeah.
it's very easy to see. So. No variation to calculate. So okay, he played this.
Yeah, queen f5, king g8, queen d7, queen a1, king a1, not e1.
A1. Aha.
Queen a1, king h2, queen e5,
And he lost.
king g1 and e2, and it's game over.
Fantastic.
So Pranav is winning his game.
No, Shamsuddin.
Pranav is losing.
Pranav is losing.
Pranav is losing, sorry. Shamsidin Vohidov is winning his game, and we had a draw on the second board. Most likely, we're going to have a draw on the first board.
So he didn't see bishop d4. Incredible.
It's time trouble, yeah.
Okay, but how many? So less than 1 minute he had, or what?
Yeah, he did a move on like a few seconds.
Ah,
Kind of
few,
have,
like,
like,
okay, in few seconds is possible.
not easy when you're in time trouble, huh?
Yes. So bishop d4 immediately draw.
Okay, looks like we're going to have a sole leader tomorrow. Yeah, blunder. Okay, black is completely winning. There is no way.
Mm-hmm.
And on the first board,
Mm-hmm.
there's not much happening. The position is after knight a1 b4, king c6. Bishop f2 was played, and black is thinking, but looks like a draw. Okay, I think I will give you some time to go to have your dinner.
Yeah.
Yes, you want to?
Okay.
And good luck in the last 2 rounds. We are rooting anytime if you feel like coming to the studio. Always welcome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, goodbye.
And to our viewers, we will take a very short break and we will be back very soon. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for coming. Hello everyone and welcome back to the 7th round of the Abu Dhabi Chess Festival 2024. And here in the studio we have a member of our media team, Ahmed Wakas. Hi Ahmed, how are you?
I am fine. I love Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. Yes.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I would ask how is your stay in Abu Dhabi, but we know
I
you
am from
live
Abu
here.
Dhabi. It's a serious question then, yeah.
How you feel following the games of the tournament? Like, how is the atmosphere at the tournament? What do you think?
Well, it's the 30th version of Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. I mean, it's been 30 years of the same thing going on, and you have many of these experienced people that are organizing this event. So in terms of organization, stay, quality, you don't really get to lose in any of this. But I don't want to speak chess wise. I leave that to you. But socially, I really advise all of the grandmasters and everyone that are here to really enjoy the stay in Abu Dhabi. Other than the quality of chess, you can really enjoy the quality of Abu Dhabi and the United Arab Emirates.
Thank you, and I'm sure the grandmasters are enjoying it very much. I mean, as much as I asked everybody were very, very happy
Glad.
with the stay and organization and everything. And shall we review what happened in today's games and we finish our day? We call it a day.
Yeah.
So before the 7th round, we had 7 players with the 5 points out of 6. And apparently the first 2 boards, David Paravian against Nodirbek Yakuboev finished in a draw. Volodar Murzin against Raunak Sadwani finished in a draw. And we had a decisive result on the board number 3 because Shamsidin Vohidov won his game with the black pieces against Pranav. And
How did that happen?
well, there was a blunder. So there was Bishop d4 as Vasily Ivanchuk noted, and it was a draw, but White was in time trouble and blundered Queen f5 check, and suddenly there is no way to stop this pawn. So Queen a1 happened, King h2, Queen e5, and after King g1 the pawn was just going to a queen.
Oh gosh.
So that was what actually happened. The game continued, obviously, and yeah, well, this was the last position. And White simply resigned here. And on the 4th board, we still have the game going on where we have opposite-sided colored bishops endgame. And this has to be a draw. According to all the rules of chess, this is a draw. So I'm sure we can expect draw. I hope we will not see any surprises tomorrow.
No, let's see surprises. Good for media.
Good. Let's see surprises.
Let's see surprises. We need surprises.
You saw surprises. You saw the game on the 3rd board where Pranav blundered Queen f5 because of a time trouble. By the way, unfortunately, Saleh, he lost his game today against Ihor Samonenkov. And yeah, that's mainly it happening. Vasily Ivanchuk drew his game. And apparently in the end, Saidakbar, Saydaliev had a good chances to try to win the game. And what other interesting games we had here? Well, from local players, I saw Roda is still playing.
Let's see what
Amran was
Roda's
still
doing.
playing.
Oh, Amran won? Or is
Amran
that
is
an
still
old
playing.
result?
That was an old result,
Oh
yeah.
gosh. Yeah. That was too fast.
So Roda, well, she has an equal position apparently. Wait, what is happening? She has an extra exchange,
Oh.
but Black has a bishop and 2 extra pawns against the rook. Also, the bishop is black squared, and White has weaknesses on the black squares here. So actually, White shall be like pretty careful in this position, even though she's rook up.
Maybe can't she go for repetition like something like?
If she can, yeah, but King h5 trying to hide. And how to continue giving chances suddenly. Maybe rook e1? Trying to...
Yeah.
But it's not a perpetual
King
because
h6,
King
yeah?
h6, yeah.
King H5.
Well, King H5, and the engine absolutely doesn't like this, the evaluation bar. Oh, they are in time trouble. They are in a serious time
Maybe
trouble.
Queen E7.
Queen E7, can I play H6? Okay,
Queen
H4 was
Queen
played.
D7, then maybe
Wait,
checkmate.
H4, very nice.
Oh,
Okay, but H6.
then maybe Queen. Oh no, Queen E6.
Queen H6. H6 now. Ah, okay, it was played. Because looks like it is the only way if Black is trying to play for a win. But it looks very risky. Wait, what was the move here for white instead of H4? Is there Rook B6? No? Okay, they are both in time trouble. King H2. I believe there are chances that white will give a checkmate here.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything can happen. Time trouble. And you can see that they are playing on seconds. Is there a Rook B6 now as a threat?
Rook B6, Bishop, Queen
Ah,
E5.
first the king has to come to
Oh.
H3 with the idea of Rook B6. Like, okay, they played Queen C2 was played. By the way, like, okay, this was a needed move because my idea was that somehow to force for this kind of stuff, but now there's just Queen F5.
Yeah.
So Queen C2 was played, and now Roda has to make a decision. Rook doesn't come to G1, unfortunately. I think Rook E1 is going to be played.
Rook E1, keep him on E4 or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
but it might be dangerous. You have to be careful. But this bishop is never moving because F5 will be hanging. So Black's hope is to create the passed pawn here, and Roda, she has 1 second on the clock.
I don't think her time is. Oh, what she play?
Oh, she played Rook E1. Okay.
Okay.
I know Roda. She did a move on 3 seconds, but I knew she's gonna play. But
Rook E1.
wait. Wait. Queen F2, Rook E5, Bishop E5 takes. If G5. Okay, now if here Queen King H4, and now this is an issue.
Is Black mating? Oh no, he's not.
Wait, Queen E6. Nah. So I think what is going to happen is that Queen E6, threatening a checkmate. Also from H3, and Black has to play Queen G3, King E1, and H5 or King H5. This looks like the only way. Oh,
What
no,
happened?
this didn't happen. Rook E1 and Queen F5 was played by Black. Of course, exchanging the queens is only for favor of Black, because then H4 might be hanging. The pawn is coming. It's not easy.
It's a good idea here. Queen D8. Queen.
8 seconds. Okay.
It's a hard decision to make.
Queen she exchanged.
She's
Okay, I don't like, but still, King H3, B5. Okay, this pawn is not going anywhere. Looks like draw, but it's not easy. Because Black simply will. Black's pieces are very well protected. That's the issue. Okay.
The rook, I think, is very.
But if
really
Rook
good
C1,
piece.
trying to bring the rook into the game, just King H4. I'll grab a pawn and go back.
And with King H3, there's no Bishop F2. That's
King H3, there is no Bishop F2 because Rook E5
Rook
is hanging,
E5.
but Black will simply play F5, I think.
Rook E2.
Well, she
is
played
very-
Rook C1. I read Roda's mind.
You know her well.
Maybe after King H4, actually, there is an idea just to play like. I'm not sure though.
What was the
But-
plan? There's no.
Just to make the king come into the game, the rook come into the game. Okay, Ahmed, what do you say if we finalize our day and
It was a great day for you today, huh?
I think for you too, yes, it was a great day at the studio. We had Viswanathan Anand himself at the studio.
That's her. She
And-
did this. He's amazing. Yeah.
And and we had Ivanchuk at the studio. And of course we had the best coach, Grandmaster Viorel Iordachescu at the studio. So it
Yeah.
was an amazing day. And now I have you.
Yeah, that's the
What
best part
else-
of your day.
What else can
That's
I
a-
dream about, right? A perfect
So-
day. Yeah.
But it was really special to have
Yeah.
Anand coming to Abu Dhabi. To come to the commentary was huge. Anand was here to celebrate the FIDE 100th anniversary.
Yes. We shall
He
talk
went to
about it.
Marina Mall and he was with thousands of his fans.
Wow.
But instead,
Wow.
he chose to come to the studio and to meet and to commentate with Coach Maria.
That's the very big
So
honor.
that
to be
is
honest,
something.
yeah.
That is something.
Was a very big honor. By the way, you were at Marina Mall for the torchlight procession. How was the energy there?
It was amazing. Like prior to the anniversary
Yeah.
or the celebration,
The
we
100th.
had good national coverage by all the national media.
Awesome.
So everyone, there were thousands of players over there, and a bunch of them were Asian and Indians, and they were all running after Anand. And at some point, he was like trying to run away, but he couldn't. And then they were all shouting, "Anand, Anand!" To the point of some kid really just said, "Anand, please sign my paper," and he just put it up. So that was really interesting to see, and it was great energy. The torch relay had also a great sentiment with a lot of funny and positive looking things.
Well, I mean, if we didn't have Anand at the studio, I'll be like, I'm jealous that
Yeah.
I couldn't feel the energy of everything happening, but I'm sure it was very fun. And the FIDE 100 celebration in Abu Dhabi went amazing. I'm sure there was a simultaneous with the Grandmaster Ahmed Adli from Egypt. And at the same time, there was a chess photograph exhibition by a German famous photographer, Stef Bonhage,
It was amazing.
capture. So if you live in Abu Dhabi, if you're interested in all of this, if you want to see the exhibition, anything, you can go to Marina Mall. By the way, the exhibition is going to be there from the 22nd until 30th. And again, today we had a big event for FIDE 100 program, torchlight procession, and Ahmed live from the place was
Yes.
there. Yeah.
Telling you live what happened. It was cool. It was fun. You missed out on it. If you were watching the stream, you missed out on it. But guess what? You got to see Anand and Maria on the studio. So, it's a give and take.
Okay. Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you for coming over. It's
Okay.
always fun talking to you. And that's it for the 7th round of the 30th Abu Dhabi Chess Festival 2024 from the sunny capital of United Arab Emirates, Abu Dhabi. And see you tomorrow for the round 8, pre-last round. Everything is just warming up. Don't miss it up. See you tomorrow.